Chapter 201. As soon as Zhang Yiyan left, Ning Shu felt her surroundings become cold. She felt a chill on her face. Ning Shu wondered if that thing was touching her with its hands or licking her with its tongue. However, she couldn't see anything. She could only imagine the scene in her mind. Ning Shu was scared to death. Ning Shu hugged her body and recited the formula of a peerless martial art in her mind. At the same time, she tried to circulate her qi to resist the yin energy in her body. Why did she feel so cold? The other three didn't have as big of a reaction as Ning Shu when they came in contact with the otherworldly item. Ning Shu hurried back to her dormitory. To be honest, Ning Shu didn't want to go back to her dormitory. However, since that thing would follow them wherever they went, she might as well go back to her dormitory. Tap tap tap. Ning Shu heard footsteps behind her. Ning Shu didn't turn around and quickened her pace. Ning Shu sped up, and the footsteps behind her became hurried. Suddenly, a hand landed on Ning Shu's shoulder from behind. Ning Shu's heart spasmed. She grabbed the hand and threw him over her shoulder without thinking. The man who was thrown to the ground groaned and screamed in pain. Ning Shu used the dim light of the street lamp to see who it was. Wasn't that the boy who touched her thigh in the KTV? How bold of him to chase after him. The boy stood up with his hands on his waist and bared his teeth. Ning Shu looked at him and found him to be ordinary. Ning Shu, who was used to seeing beautiful men, felt uncomfortable. Ning Shu was used to seeing dozens of beautiful men. She felt that this guy was really ugly. Why are you doing this to me? The boy asked Ning Shu. Ning Shu said coldly, you attacked me from behind. I was just defending myself. Ning Shu didn't want to say anything more to this guy. She turned around and left. The boy chased after her. Ning Shu said, I was wrong about the KTV. I heard that your family is very poor. Be my girlfriend. I will pay for your living expenses. Ning Shu stopped and looked at the boy. The boy asked happily, do you agree? My name is Song Ming. It's so late. Do you still want to go back to your dormitory? Let's go outside. Song Ming pulled Ning Shu's hand. Ning Shu took a step back and coldly looked at the boy called Song Ming. I don't sleep with the male lead. How can I sleep with you? This boy called Song Ming just wanted to trick her into bed. Ning Shu sneered. She stretched out her leg and kicked Song Ming's crotch. Song Ming immediately covered his crotch. It was so painful that he wanted to die. Ning Shu grabbed his collar. Don't have any ideas about me. In the future, if you approach me with such dirty thoughts, I will directly cripple you, beast. Ning Shu loosened her collar, turned around and left. Song Ming held the wall with one hand and covered his crotch with the other. He grimaced as he looked at Ning Shu's back. Ning Shu returned to the dormitory. She turned on the light and prepared to go to the bathroom to wash up. However, when she thought of what happened during the day, she was afraid that the faucet would bleed. Only their dormitory's faucet was bleeding. How could such an unscientific thing happen? Fortunately, there was no bleeding today. Ning Shu washed up, closed the window, pulled the curtains, and turned on the light. Ning Shu climbed onto the bed and sat in meditation. Ning Shu knew that the pen spirit would come. This kind of thing was used to provoke the fear in people's hearts and make them collapse. It used magnetic fields to do strange and frightening things. Humans' fear of ghosts came from invisible and mysterious forces. Ning Shu began to practice her peerless martial arts to dispel the fear in her heart. Pang! The window that Ning Shu closed was blown open by the wind. The lights in the dormitory were instantly extinguished. There was no light in the dormitory at all. Even outside the window, it was as dark as ink. Nothing could be seen. The wind blew against the window, making a pa-pa-pa sound. The curtains were blown into a ball. Ning Shu sat on the bed as still as a mountain. If she did not open her eyes, she would not be able to see anything. Ning Shu muttered in her heart, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I'm not afraid at all. I'm not afraid. Ning Shu even smelled a rotten smell. Her whole body felt as if it had fallen into icy water. Even her head started to feel dizzy. Ning Shu clenched her teeth and closed her eyes, refusing to open them. At the same time, she tried to circulate the qi gene in her body to resist the cold. Hiss. A deep roar sounded in her ears. It was the sound of a woman crying. It was very close, but also very far. Ning Shu even felt something dripping on her body. It was warm, like blood that had just flowed out of her body. Ning Shu still did not open his eyes. He felt the temperature in the room drop again. Ning Shu felt as if he was standing naked in the snow in the middle of winter. His muscles started to shiver. Why won't you open your eyes and look at me? Why? The voice was both poisonous and filled with endless coldness. Ning Shu circulated the qi gene in his body, trying to resist the pen spirit's influence. After an unknown amount of time, Ning Shu did not know how long he had endured. When he opened his eyes again, it was already daytime. The window was wide open, and the curtains swayed gently in the breeze. It was another beautiful morning. There was nothing out of the ordinary in the dormitory. If not for the numbness in his body, Ning Shu would have suspected that the previous night had been an illusion. Ning Shu sat on his bed for the whole night. Ning Shu yawned and felt particularly tired. She got out of bed and opened her cupboard. She found a neatly folded piece of clothing in the cupboard. It was a bright red woolen coat. Ning Shu raised his eyebrows. This shirt did not belong to her. The original owner did not have such a beautiful shirt. The color of the shirt was very beautiful. It was an eye-catching red, and wearing it gave off a cold and elegant feeling. Whose shirt was placed in her cupboard? Ning Shu suspected that it was Zhang Yuyan's. The shirt fit Zhang Yuyan's style perfectly, proud and elegant. Ning Shu thought for a moment and picked up the shirt. When he touched it, Ning Shu felt something was wrong. The shirt was wet and sticky. He put his hand to his nose and sniffed. There was a rotten smell. Ning Shu immediately understood that the pen spirit had placed the shirt in her cupboard. Ning Shu suddenly felt something cold approaching him. Waves of yin energy entered his pores, and a thought appeared in his mind. For this reason, why not try on this beautiful shirt? Ning Shu took the shirt out of the cupboard. There were muddy water stains where the shirt had been placed. The shirt was very heavy, and it had not been wrung dry after absorbing the water. Ning Shu laughed coldly. He took out a pair of scissors and cut the shirt into pieces. The temperature in the dormitory dropped a lot. A strong wind blew from the window, blowing the pieces of the shirt on the ground. The room was filled with a disgusting rotten smell. Chapter 202. After Ning Shu cut the clothes, the pen spirit started to get agitated. The wind blew the window back and forth heavily. The glass shattered, and glass shards flew everywhere. Ning Shu's ears were filled with the ear-piercing sound of electric current, which almost pierced through her eardrums. Ning Shu covered her ears and squatted down, closing her eyes. The pen spirit was angry. Ning Shu felt that there was nothing to be afraid of even if it was a ghost. It was just like 2333 said, it was just a spirit, and it was a little more vicious. As long as she could overcome the fear in her heart, there was nothing to be afraid of. Knock, knock, knock. There was a knock on the door. Ning Shu opened her eyes. The dormitory was quiet. Other than the shattered glass on the floor, there were no pieces of clothes. However, the cold presence followed her like a shadow. Furthermore, there was a chill around her neck. Ning Shu suspected that this malicious spirit was strangling her neck. Ning Shu channeled the qi gene in her body and opened the door. The dorm manager was standing at the door. He looked at Ning Shu with an unfriendly gaze and asked, what were you doing just now? Why is the glass in the dorm broken? I'm sorry. I used too much force when I closed the window, and the glass shattered. I will fix it as soon as possible. Ning Shu did not argue and apologized directly. The manager saw that Ning Shu's attitude was good, so he told her to fix it as soon as possible. Then, he said to Ning Shu, someone is looking for you downstairs. Ning Shu was a little surprised. Who would be looking for her? Ning Shu went down the stairs and saw Song Ming standing under a tree. When Ning Shu saw this person, she did not look happy at all. Ning Shu turned around and went back to the dorm. When Song Ming saw Ning Shu was about to leave, she quickly ran over and grabbed Ning Shu. Ning Shu asked, "Why did you run when you saw me?" "I'm not running. I just don't want to see you. Don't wander around in front of me, or I'll really cripple you." Ning Shu's eyes were cold. She didn't want to be entangled with this person. How could he be a good person if he stuck his hand into a girl's thigh the first time they met? Based on Ning Shu's temper in the past, he really wanted to give this guy a whip. Perhaps he wouldn't put his hands between other girls' thighs only because he saw that she was dressed in a rustic manner and came from the countryside without any backing and was easy to bully. He thought that she wouldn't dare to stick her nose out. How could such a cowardly person be a good person? Last night, he had already thought that Song Ming was ugly. Now that the light was bright, he looked even uglier. His face was full of pimples, and there were even pimples on his chin. Ning Shu, Song Ming looked at Ning Shu. This girl was dressed a little ugly, but she had a kind of simple beauty. She was probably still a virgin, so he made the first move. "Last night, I said that you would be my girlfriend. Have you considered it?" Song Ming's eyes swept across Ning Shu's chest. Ning Shu was someone who had experienced several worlds. She was very clear about what kind of tricks this man in front of her had in his heart. Ning Shu thought about it. "I'll think about it. I'll think about it." Ning Shu grabbed Song Ming's collar and said coldly, "Stop wandering around in front of me. You want to do this, old lady? Look at your ugly face. It's so ugly that I can't eat. It's so disgusting that I lose my appetite." Song Ming's expression was ugly. He pulled away Ning Shu's hand that was grabbing his collar and shouted angrily, "What are you so proud of? You're just a country bumpkin from the countryside. Do you really think that you're popular? I just saw that you were living a difficult life and wanted to help you. You really think that you're something?" There were really scumbags everywhere. The pen spirit didn't find these disgusting men and scare them to death. Instead, she only knew how to hurt innocent girls. TSK, TSK, TSK. As expected, women were good at making things difficult for other women. The 4 girls in the dormitory might have some small problems, but they had never hurt the pen spirit. However, the pen spirit wanted them dead. From all the signs, the pen spirit was probably killed by someone when she was alive. Then, she was filled with resentment and wanted to kill someone. Ning Shu looked at Song Ming and sneered. He raised his leg and kicked Song Ming's lower body. Song Ming's eyes were about to pop out. Tears came out of her eyes. She cried out in pain and bent over to cover her crotch. This was the entrance of the female dormitory. There were many girls coming and going. The girls pointed at Song Ming. Song Ming's face was red. The pimples on her chin were a lot bigger. It was very disgusting to look at. "You, Zhuang Yutong, you." Song Ming pointed at Ning Shu. Ning Shu said coldly, "I've said it before. If you walk around in front of me in the future, I'll beat you every time I see you." Ning Shu turned around and left after saying that. Back in the dormitory, Ning Shu started to pack up and prepare to go home. There was no way he could stay here. Also, from Zhuang Yutong's memories, he knew that the witch in the village was quite capable. She could solve all the strange things in the village. In the original plot, Zhuang Yutong wanted to go back to find the witch. However, before she could do so, she died. Ning Shu decided to go back. Ning Shu was unwilling to give up and summoned 2333. Is there really nothing that can deal with this malicious spirit? Ning Shu, didn't I tell you? 2333's voice was helpless. You are not qualified to open the shop. If you do, there will be many things that can deal with this spirit. The problem is that you are still too weak. Why can I exchange for aphrodisiac and learning pills? Ning Shu asked again. Ning Shu was not used to the system calling him trash. Even if you throw these low-level items on the ground, no player will pick them up. I used my authority to exchange for them for you. 2333 said. Ning Shu roared in his heart. If these are low-level items, why do they cost so many points? Why? Why? Even though it's a low-level item, it's still something from the system store. It's still very powerful. Alright, stop talking to me. I don't have enough energy. Bye-bye. 2333 said and ignored Ning Shu. The feeling of being cheated lingered in Ning Shu's heart. She always felt that she had been cheated by the system. 2333 meant that she was nothing more than a low-level player now. Who knew what plane she would disappear in? After packing his things, Ning Shu planned to ask for leave from the counselor. Ning Shu was afraid that he would fall into the artificial lake like in the storyline, so he deliberately avoided the artificial lake. After asking for leave from the counselor, Ning Shu walked out of the administration building. As she was walking, she suddenly heard a sharp honk from a car. Ning Shu turned around and saw a van rushing straight towards her. It was getting faster and faster. A gust of yin energy entered Ning Shu's body. It was so cold that Ning Shu's body became numb. It was as if something was holding him tightly, not letting him move. Ning Shu used her chi and quickly avoided the van. The van rushed into the grass and crashed into a tree. The tree was directly knocked down. The front of the van was also smashed into pieces. Chapter 203. Ning Shu looked at the wreckage of the van, and his heart raced. He shook his numb arm and looked down to see the black fingerprints on it. Something had grabbed him earlier, and that was probably the ghost claw. Ning Shu walked over and saw that the van owner had fainted. He immediately called the police. The hairs on Ning Shu's back stood on end. She broke out in a cold sweat. This pen spirit wanted to kill her. The more it was like this, the more Ning Shu hated it. Everything had a cause and effect. The pen spirit could not harm people like this. The original owner, Zhuang Yutong, had never harmed the pen spirit, and she had no grudge against it, but it still wanted to kill Zhuang Yutong. Let's see who will take care of who in the end. Ning Shu chased away the chill in his body as he walked back to the dormitory. When Ning Shu opened the door, he saw Zhang Yuyan, who had returned at some point, climbing up the window. She looked very dangerous, and it seemed like she was going to jump out of the window. Zhang Yuyan's face was filled with despair like she had encountered something scary. Her eyes were blank, and she looked like she had lost her soul. Her movements were slow as she stood by the window. The dormitory was very cold, and he could hear something roaring. The hatred and coldness were suffocating. Ning Shu quickly ran over to grab Zhang Yuyan's hand. He wanted to pull her down, but he could not. It was as if someone was trying to push her off the balcony. Zhang Yuyan, wake up. Hey. Ning Shu took a deep breath and used his qi to pull Zhang Yuyan down. Zhang Yuyan fell on top of Ning Shu, and Ning Shu could not stop coughing. Zhang Yuyan had already fainted. Ning Shu carried Zhang Yuyan onto the bed, and he saw a ghost claw mark on her other wrist. Zhang Yuyan's body was very cold. Her body was trembling and her face was pale. Ning Shu covered her with the blanket and then covered her body with her own blanket. She took Zhang Yuyan's hand and rubbed it. Ning Shu was now a martial arts practitioner, and martial arts practitioners were full of vitality. He hoped it would be of some use to Zhang Yuyan. Zhang Yuyan's face was very pale, and she no longer looked as sexy and proud as a rose. Ning Shu sighed. These girls were really unlucky. Curiosity killed the cat. Sometimes, one shouldn't play with fire. It was one thing for Lin Qianqian to be curious, but she even dragged them down with her. In the end, only Lin Qianqian survived. Ning Shu sat on the edge of the bed the whole time. In the middle of the night, she couldn't take it anymore, so she leaned against the edge of the bed and fell asleep. Zhang Yuyan, who was sleeping on the bed, suddenly sat up and lifted the blanket with a numb expression. Ning Shu was awakened by Zhang Yuyan. Seeing Zhang Yuyan like this, she knew that she was being controlled again. Ning Shu grabbed Zhang Yuyan tightly, but Zhang Yuyan's strength increased, and she slowly dragged Ning Shu to the window. Ning Shu thought, fuck you. Let's see who wins today. Ning Shu exerted all his strength, causing the veins on his forehead to bulge as he pulled Zhang Yuyan back. Zhang Yuyan turned around, her face incomparably malevolent. It was so rotten that it was impossible to see what she looked like. One of her eyeballs was about to fall out. It was only because a bit of flesh and meridians were holding it that it did not fall to the ground. Her entire body was incomparably disgusting. Ning Shu even felt that his hand holding Zhang Yuyan had become wet and rotten. Ning Shu looked down and saw that Zhang Yuyan's hand was rotten. He could even see white maggots crawling under the rotten skin. Ning Shu was so scared that he almost let go. He closed his eyes and said in his heart, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. This is a trick. This is Zhang Yuyan's hand. I can't let go. I can't let go. It wasn't that Ning Shu wanted to save Zhang Yuyan out of kindness. It was that Ning Shu was fighting against the plot. In the plot, Lin Qianqian was the only one left. Everyone else was dead. Saving these people was the same as saving himself. Ning Shu gathered his strength, and the muscles in his arms were trembling. He held Zhang Yuyan's hand tightly. After an unknown amount of time, Ning Shu felt his hand lighten. Zhang Yuyan fell to the ground with a thump. She no longer looked hideous and rotten. Ning Shu placed Zhang Yuyan on the bed and shook his trembling hand. Finally, the sun rose. Ning Shu was exhausted. Zhang Yuyan, who was lying on the bed, started to have a fever. Ning Shu touched Zhang Yuyan's forehead. It was burning. Ning Shu took out Zhang Yuyan's phone from her bag and called her family, asking them to pick up Zhang Yuyan. She was going back to her hometown. She couldn't stay by Zhang Yuyan's side. By the time the Taoist priest arrived, most of the people in the dormitory would be dead. She would have to rely on herself. Zhang Yuyan's family arrived quickly. They thanked Ning Shu and took Zhang Yuyan away. Ning Shu took his luggage, locked the dormitory, and headed to the bus station. Ning Shu was on the bus. Along the way, Ning Shu was afraid that something might happen, so he was constantly cultivating his peerless martial arts. He was constantly circulating his qi, emitting a strong qi and blood force. The strong yang qi could make these ghosts stay away from him. There were many accidents along the way. The bus either had a flat tire or went the wrong way. The old driver even got lost. Ning Shu knew that the spirit was following him. Ning Shu swapped seats with someone and sat behind the driver. Ning Shu turned his head. He could even see a ferocious face reflected in the glass. Ning Shu looked away expressionlessly. It was nothing more than using this kind of thing to scare people. Once they were numb from fear, it would be fine. After 3 days of bumpy ride, they finally arrived. The 2-day journey was delayed by an extra day, and there were many accidents along the way. Everyone on the bus said that they were possessed by ghosts. There was still some distance from the bus station to the original owner's village. Ning Shu dragged his luggage and felt cold air around him. It was summer, but Ning Shu felt like it was winter. When they arrived at the village, Ning Shu didn't go home directly. It would be bad if Zhuang Yutong's family was harmed by such a troublemaker. This was a ghost that killed people without any principles to ease the hatred in her heart. Ning Shu went to the witch's house. The witch lived in the westernmost part of the village, near the mountains. It was also the most desolate place. There was basically no one living nearby. The place where the witch lived was very simple and even had a gloomy feeling. The curtains were all black. The lighting in the forest wasn't very good, and this made it even more gloomy. However, Ning Shu felt his body relax. The coldness was gone. It was as if the spirit had left his side. What was she afraid of? Ning Shu walked into the yard and shouted into the house, "Granny, I'm Yutong. I have a favor to ask." After a while, an old voice came from inside the house. It was hoarse and harsh. "Come in." Ning Shu lifted the black curtain and walked in. The house was very dark. There seemed to be no windows, so the lighting wasn't very good. There were 2 candles on the table, as if they were worshipping something. Ning Shu looked around the room casually. He turned around and saw a skull hanging on the wall next to him. It had empty eye sockets and a few teeth in its mouth. Chapter 204. Ning Shu was so scared by the skull that he took a few steps back. However, he stepped on something. He looked down and saw that it was a leg bone. Ning Shu almost jumped up. Damn it, why did they have to make it so scary? Why couldn't they put the bones away? What did you provoke? It's so powerful. A hoarse voice came from behind Ning Shu. Ning Shu immediately turned around. It was dark around him and he didn't notice that someone was sitting behind him. With a snap, the lights came on. Ning Shu rubbed her eyes and saw an extremely old woman standing in front of her. Her face was full of wrinkles and deep ravines. Her eyes were very sinister as she sized Ning Shu up from head to toe. Ning Shu said to the witch, "Granny, I'm in trouble. I want to ask for your help." The witch sat down. Ning Shu said, "Sit down." Ning Shu quickly sat across from the witch. There was a small tea table in front of him with all kinds of strange things on it. The witch lit the lamp on the table and a sweet smell slowly spread out. Ning Shu coughed and said, "Granny, what's this? It smells good. It's made of soul-removing grass. If you smell it too much, your soul will dissipate and you will become a living dead," the witch said lightly with a hoarse voice. Ning Shu was speechless. Ning Shu immediately held his breath. The witch looked at Ning Shu and said, "Didn't you go to school? How did you provoke something like this? These things are the most powerful. They are full of yin qi. Have you been possessed by a ghost?" Ning Shu shook his head and immediately asked, "I haven't been possessed by a ghost. Is there any way to get rid of this thing?" Ning Shu told the witch everything that had happened in the dormitory. The witch looked at Ning Shu with her cold eyes and said hoarsely, "Everything has a cause and effect. This female ghost naturally has a reason to find you. Someone in your dormitory has a grudge against this female ghost." "That's impossible. We just started college this year. We didn't even know this female ghost before. I grew up in this village and only left when I started college. There's no grudge between us," Ning Shu retorted. The witch glanced at Ning Shu. "It has nothing to do with you. Maybe it has something to do with your parents." Ning Shu, was this a grudge between 2 generations? But Zhuang Yutong was the most pitiful and innocent person. At the end of the plot, Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian found a Taoist priest to destroy the female ghost. But Zhuang Yutong was already dead. "Granny, what should I do? Is there any way to get rid of this female ghost?" Ning Shu asked the witch. "I don't think this female ghost is a good person. Even if someone in the dormitory has a grudge against this female ghost, she still wanted to kill everyone in the dormitory. I was almost killed by a car." The witch said faintly, "This kind of thing can no longer be reincarnated. It's full of resentment. If you provoke it, it won't stop until you're dead. This kind of thing has no conscience at all. It's just an evil spirit. If you get rid of it, it's fine. If you don't, you won't have peace for the rest of your life. If you're lucky, you won't die, but you'll be poor for the rest of your life. If you're not, you'll die an unnatural death. It was obvious that Lin Qian was a person of great fortune. She was blessed with great fortune, but the other three were short-lived. Ning Shu pursed his lips and looked at the witch. He was about to cry. "Granny, what should I do?" The witch ignored Ning Shu's pitiful eyes and gave Ning Shu a bowl of water. It was dark and had a strange smell. She said in a hoarse voice, "Drink it." "What is this?" Ning Shu took the bowl and asked. The witch looked at Ning Shu. "If you continue like this, you won't be able to live much longer. This is something to get rid of the yin qi." Ning Shu drank it without hesitation. It tasted very strange. It tasted sour, sweet, bitter, spicy, and salty. It tasted indescribably strange. "I can save you, but I have a request," the witch said in a hoarse voice. Ning Shu immediately said, "Please say it." "I need a kind of herb." "You have to pick it for me," the witch said faintly. Ning Shu said without hesitation, "Okay." "What kind of herb?" Ning Shu asked. The witch looked at Ning Shu and said coldly, "It's very dangerous to pick this herb. You might die. But if you pick it, I'll give you this. It can protect you." The witch took out a black bead. The bead was black and shiny, like a black pearl. Before Ning Shu could say anything, 2333's voice boiled in Ning Shu's mind. "Quick, quick, take this thing. Quick, quick, I can't believe we found something like this in such a low-level realm. Quick, take it." Ning Shu felt his ears buzzing. "Shut up." Ning Shu didn't know what the bead was, but if it made 2333 so excited, it had to be something good. Ning Shu said calmly, "Granny, I'm willing to pick the herb. You have to think carefully. It's very dangerous to pick this herb. You might die." The witch looked at Ning Shu coldly. Ning Shu nodded. "This evil spirit is following me. Something bad will happen if I go back early. I might as well pick the herb for Granny." "Very well, I'll give this to you." The witch gave the bead to Ning Shu. Ning Shu took the bead and felt it was very heavy. It was only the size of a man's thumb, but it was very heavy. "This is the herb I asked you to pick." The witch gave Ning Shu a piece of paper. "Pick it according to the instructions. Don't hurt the herb." Ning Shu took the paper and looked at it. Her pupils trembled, but her expression was normal as she said, "Granny, I will definitely pick the herbs." The witch told Ning Shu the location of the herb. Ning Shu put away the black pearl and left the witch's room. He took his luggage and went home. When the original owner's parents saw Ning Shu, they were very surprised. They asked if something happened. Ning Shu said nothing happened. He just came back to see his parents and took out some money to give them. Zhuang Yutong's father was a dark-skinned farmer. When he saw Ning Shu take out a stack of money, his face changed. Ning Shu asked where the money came from. Ning Shu said that it was the money she earned from her part-time job and was saving it for the two elders. Only then did the two elders heave a sigh of relief and return the money to Ning Shu. Ning Shu said that it was for her younger brother's studies. Ning Shu exchanged some of the money with his points. Honestly, Zhuang Yutong's parents had a hard time. With this money, they could live a little easier. When he returned to his room, Ning Shu put down his luggage and looked at the black pearl in his hand. He asked 2333, "What is this?" "Don't underestimate this thing. This is a spirit orb. It absorbs souls. It contains pure soul power. The conditions to form a spirit orb are very strict. Sometimes, a spirit orb can't even be formed in a plane. It's all soul power. Ning Shu looked at the orb with shining eyes. It was so heavy. How much soul power did it contain? Chapter 205. Ning Shu looked at the soul pearl in her hand, her heart was very excited. This was all soul force. If she could absorb this soul force, her soul would become stronger. If she encountered some difficult task and needed to stay in the mission world for a long time, it would be fine. It wouldn't hurt her soul too much. Don't tell me you want to absorb the soul power in the spirit pearl. 2333 said sarcastically, you are looking for death. This soul orb can only absorb souls. It can absorb any kind of soul. It is known as the soul terminator. You want to absorb this thing? No one can absorb this thing. If you were in the state of a soul, you would have already been absorbed by this thing and died without a trace of smoke. This thing is a sharp weapon against souls. Even souls are afraid of this thing. 2333 warned again, don't get any ideas. When you return to the space, I will keep this thing for you. In the space, you are a soul and will be absorbed by the spirit pearl. Ning Shu was speechless. Ning Shu thought it was some kind of treasure. It turned out that it was something that could only be absorbed. Ning Shu finally understood why the ghost girl ran away. It was because she was afraid of this thing. Ning Shu put away the spirit pearl and took out the herb that the witch gave her. This herb looked very strange. It only had 2 leaves, but it bore a fruit that looked like a fetus. Ning Shu saw this thing in the godly doctor's book. It was called the longevity fruit. It was said that it had the effect of prolonging one's life. Ning Shu thought it was fake when she saw it, but now the witch wanted her to pick it. The witch probably wanted to prolong her life. She didn't think that there would be such a precious thing in this world. No wonder the witch gave her the spirit pearl. This fruit is not that precious in a higher level world. However, the spirit pearl is very precious. It is impossible for a world to have such a pearl. This is a good deal. 2333 said. Since it was like this, Ning Shu decided to go find this fruit. Moreover, this thing grew on a cliff. This kind of precious thing was guarded by fierce animals. As a weak girl, she might really die. Fortunately, Ning Shu had practiced a peerless martial art. His strength and agility had increased, so he might be able to reap some benefits. There was no way Ning Shu was going to take the witch's bead for free. Setting aside the fact that the witch knew some strange things, what would happen to Zhuang Yutong if she took the bead away? Zhuang Yutong had not been killed by the malicious ghost, but by the witch. The next morning, Ning Shu was woken up by the 2 elders for breakfast. Then, she took a bundle of rope and went to the mountains behind the village. Father Zhuang saw Ning Shu holding a bundle of rope and a hatchet, and asked her where she was going. Ning Shu said that she was going to the mountains to get some wild mushrooms and bring them to school for the teachers to eat. When Father Zhuang heard this, he only told Ning Shu to be careful. Ning Shu followed the route on the paper and headed deep into the mountains. The further he went, the deeper the fallen leaves on the ground. There was a lot of animal feces on the ground. The trees were also very thick and looked quite old. The forest was lush and green. When the sun shone down, it formed small spots of light through the leaves. Ning Shu reached her destination. This thing grew on a cliff. Ning Shu had to hang on the rope and slide down to where the longevity fruit grew in order to pluck it. Ning Shu looked down the cliff and suddenly felt dizzy. Damn, she was afraid of heights. Ning Shu wiped the cold sweat off his forehead. He tied the rope securely to the tree and tied another rope to himself. He pulled the rope and slowly slid down. For the sake of this bead, Ning Shu was quite desperate. He slid down beside the longevity fruit. Looking at the fruit up close, it was even more frightening. It was completely in the shape of a fetus. It was curled up and even had facial features on its face. Damn, was it going to grow into a child? Ning Shu remembered that in the miracle doctor's medical skills, this thing was a kind of plant. However, it was really surprising that a plant could grow like this. 2333 System Sir, what exactly is this thing? Ning Shu reached out to pluck the longevity fruit. It's nothing more than a kind of spiritual herb. Don't make a fuss about it. When you reach the cultivation world, you will see all kinds of spiritual herbs, 2333 said indifferently. His tone was dispirited. Obviously, he didn't want to explain anything to Ning Shu. Ning Shu was a country bumpkin. Whoosh! Suddenly, something rushed towards Ning Shu's hand. Ning Shu quickly retracted his hand and pulled the rope away from the longevity fruit. Only then did he see it clearly. Far away from the longevity fruit, there was a snake the size of a pinky finger. It was only 3 inches long. This snake was very small and was about the same color as a rock. Ning Shu didn't notice it before. This snake coiled its body and looked at Ning Shu cautiously. Fortunately, he retracted his hand quickly. Otherwise, he would have been bitten by this thing. One man and one snake confronted each other. Ning Shu should have known that something was guarding the longevity fruit. Otherwise, if it grew on such an obvious cliff, it would have been pecked by birds. Obviously, this snake had been guarding the longevity fruit all this time. Now, the only way to get the longevity fruit was to kill this snake. Ning Shu quickly pulled out the hatchet at his waist and slashed at the small snake. At this point, he had to fight. The small snake raised its head and bit at Ning Shu's wrist. Ning Shu turned his wrist and slashed at the snake's head. The small snake's cold eyes revealed a fierce look. It flew towards Ning Shu's face. Ning Shu circulated her chi. She pulled the rope with one hand and stepped on the cliff, avoiding the small snake that rushed over. She used the hatchet to chop the small snake into 2 halves. The small snake's corpse fell down the cliff. Ning Shu's limbs were weak and his body was covered in cold sweat. He took a deep breath and picked the longevity fruit. He put it in the box the witch gave him. When they got home, Father Zhuang saw that Ning Shu was in a mess. He didn't see any fungi. He asked, "Where are the fungi?" "I picked some. They were all poisonous wild fungi. I didn't pick them. I don't want them to eat them." Ning Shu found a random excuse. Father Zhuang took the bamboo strips and said that he would go to the mountains to find those that weren't poisonous. Ning Shu looked at Father Zhuang's back. This was a father who always thought about his child. Zhuang Yutong was lucky to have parents like this. Otherwise, she wouldn't have changed her fate. In the end, it was for her parents. Ning Shu washed his face casually and took the box to the witch's house. Ning Shu stood in the yard and shouted, "Grandma, I'm here. Come in." The witch's voice was hoarse. Only then did Ning Shu enter the house and pass the box to the witch. "I've picked something." "So fast." The witch's voice was hoarse. She reached out with her withered hand and opened the box. When she saw the longevity fruit inside, her hand trembled. It's really, probably because she was afraid of Ning Shu, the witch didn't call out the fruit's name. She quickly put the box away. Chapter 206. Now that she had gotten what she wanted, the witch's attitude towards Ning Shu became a little more amiable. Ning Shu said hoarsely, "You can have the bead. Since you got it back so quickly, I'll give you this." Ning Shu took the bottle and asked, "What is this?" "It's some powder to remove yin qi. The girls in your dorm are absorbing yin qi into their bodies," the witch said in a hoarse voice. Ning Shu put the bottle away. She felt that the girls in her dorm would never drink this. They might even laugh at her. Ning Shu asked the witch again, "Granny, will this thing grow again in the future?" A smile appeared on her face, but this smile was especially sinister. Her voice was hoarse as she said, "It is already not bad to have one of these heaven-defying creations. I might not be able to see the next one in this lifetime. I see. Ning Shu sighed in relief. She was afraid that the witch would ask Zhuang Yutong to pick this thing after she left this world. She had martial arts, and it wasn't easy for her to pick this thing. However, Zhuang Yutong was a weak girl. Asking her to pick this thing would be suicide. Ning Shu was here to help Zhuang Yutong. She couldn't leave a mess for her. After leaving the witch's house, Ning Shu relaxed. With the spirit orb, she didn't have to worry about being killed by evil spirits anymore. The evil spirits wouldn't dare to enter her body anymore. If they got close, they would be absorbed by the spirit orb. Ning Shu couldn't wait for the evil spirits to get close to her. It would be best if the spirit orb could absorb their souls. Ning Shu didn't stay at home. She said goodbye to the two elders of the Zhuang family and prepared to go back to school. Now that the female ghost wasn't with her, she should be with the other girls. Ning Shu had already walked a long way when Father Zhuang caught up with her. He stuffed the bag into Ning Shu's hands and said that it wasn't wild mushrooms. Ning Shu didn't take it and asked Father Zhuang to keep it for himself. She really didn't know who to give it to in school. She didn't have any close friends, and the only people she interacted with were her 3 roommates. However, her 3 roommates were all people with eyes growing on top of their heads. They probably wouldn't want this kind of thing that was in bad condition and had mud on it. It was better to leave it at home and let her family eat it. Ning Shu got on the bus and saw that Father Zhuang was still standing on the side of the road until the bus turned a corner. Ning Shu retracted her gaze. She felt that Zhuang Yutong was very lucky. She was a girl living in a village like this. Her family's situation wasn't good, but she was still allowed to study. Although the conditions weren't good, the family atmosphere was good. That was why Zhuang Yutong wanted to study hard. She wanted to change her fate so that her parents could live happily in their old age. However, she didn't expect that she would die less than a year after entering university. Her parents' efforts and her own efforts were all in vain. When a person died, there was nothing left. Life was very precious. On the way back, nothing strange happened. It was a smooth journey. She hadn't felt so relaxed in a long time. Ning Shu dragged her luggage to the dormitory downstairs. She saw a pool of blood on the ground. There were also white traces of the crime scene. Someone had died here. Ning Shu's heart skipped a beat. She looked up and saw that it was room 503. It was their dormitory. Jumped down from upstairs. Zhang Yuyan. Ning Shu dragged her luggage upstairs. When she opened the door to the dormitory, she saw 2 women fighting. One was pulling her hair, the other was scratching her face. Ning Shu quickly put down her luggage and pulled them apart. What are you doing? Ning Shu looked at Su Manyu and Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian's head was still wrapped in gauze and her leg was still in a cast. How could she still fight like this? Su Manyu brushed her messy hair and looked at Lin Qianqian with hatred. Lin Qianqian leaned on her walking stick, looking embarrassed and angry. Neither of them said anything. The atmosphere was very awkward. Ning Shu noticed that Su Manyu looked very haggard. She had lost a lot of weight and there were bruises under her eyes. Even makeup couldn't hide the haggard look on her face. Lin Qianqian's expression was full of anger and innocence. What's going on? What's with the white line below the dormitory? Ning Shu didn't see Zhang Yuyan anywhere. Su Manyu glared at Lin Qianqian. Ning Shu said, Zhang Yuyan committed suicide by jumping off the building. As expected, Ning Shu felt an indescribable sense of pity. She pretended to be shocked and asked, why? Everyone says that Zhang Yuyan committed suicide, but that's not what happened. I saw her jump with my own eyes. She was controlled by something. It must have been the pen spirit that night. I will never forget the last time she looked at me. She gave me a ferocious smile and said that none of us will be able to escape. Then, she jumped down. She didn't commit suicide at all. Ning Shu sighed in his heart. She definitely didn't commit suicide. Lin Qianqian angrily shouted at Su Manyu, "That's not what happened. Su Manyu, why are you framing me? Are you saying that I caused Zhang Yuyan's death? The police already said that she committed suicide because Zhang Yuyan was slept with." Ning Shu listened to the conversation between the two and finally understood what had happened. The police determined that Zhang Yuyan's death was a suicide. The cause of death was that Zhang Yuyan wanted to become a celebrity and sign a contract with a management company. However, she was slept with and was caught in a video. Because of this, Zhang Yuyan couldn't take the shock and committed suicide. After this incident, the school increased its management of the dormitory. Every night, when it was time, the school would call in the dormitory number to prevent students from staying out all night. Su Manyu, who had been staying at home, and the injured Lin Qianqian, were both called back to the school. Since they were in the same dormitory as the victim, they were naturally questioned by the police and had to give statements. At that time, Ning Shu was at home. Su Manyu was certain that Zhang Yuyan didn't commit suicide, while Lin Qianqian was certain that Zhang Yuyan committed suicide. Moreover, the police had already found the video of Zhang Yuyan being slept with. Ning Shu looked at the window. There seemed to be an invisible thing staring at them. He revealed an evil smile. Su Manyu said to Ning Shu, "There really is a ghost in this dormitory. Recently, a lot of strange things have been happening around me. Ever since I started playing Pen Spirit, these things have been happening." Su Manyu's face was a little pale. She gathered her clothes together. It was the hottest day of summer, but Su Manyu was wearing 2 layers of clothes. Lin Qianqian bit her lip and didn't say a word. She sat on the bed with a terrible expression. Ning Shu took out the medicine from the witch from his bag. He poured some water from the thermos and made a cup for Su Manyu. He said, "Drink some medicine. This is to prevent you from catching a cold. The weather is so hot, yet you're wearing 2 layers of clothes." Su Manyu's condition was a sign of yin energy entering her body. She was afraid of the cold. Before long, her organs would be corroded by the yin energy and she would eventually die. Chapter 207. Su Manyu looked at the teacup in Ning Shu's hand and her nose twitched. She covered her nose with her hand and said in disgust, "What's that smell?" "Folk remedies from the countryside are very effective," Ning Shu said. If Su Manyu didn't drink it, Ning Shu couldn't do anything about it. Su Manyu took the cup. Perhaps because she was really uncomfortable, she pinched her nose and drank the medicine. Her face contorted, "It's disgusting." Su Manyu smacked her lips and felt that the taste was even stranger. Su Manyu picked up her bag. Perhaps because of the bowl of medicine, Su Manyu's attitude towards Ning Shu improved a little. Ning Shu said, "I'm leaving. I won't be staying in the dorm tonight." "I don't want to see a certain person," Su Manyu said coldly. Lin Qianqian's expression was ugly. Her bright eyes were filled with anger. She picked up her walking stick and said to Su Manyu, "I also don't want to stay in the dorm with someone who always accuses me of being a murderer." Ning Shu, the female lead and the supporting female lead were on the verge of a catfight. Ning Shu said, "Isn't the school not allowing us to stay outside? Even if there's a ghost, if we split up like this, wouldn't it be easier for her to attack us? Let's stay together." Lin Qianqian and Su Manyu didn't say anything, but they had no intention of leaving. Ning Shu asked Lin Qianqian, "Do you want some medicine?" Lin Qianqian shook her head, "No need, I'm taking anti-inflammatory medicine now." "Zhuang Yutong, pour me another cup," Su Manyu said to Ning Shu. "I do feel a lot better after drinking it." "I'll pay you." Ning Shu pursed his lips and poured a cup for Su Manyu, "Drink it, you don't have to pay." Su Manyu held the cup of water and took a deep breath. Then, she gulped down the medicine in one go. The atmosphere in the dorm wasn't good. Ning Shu didn't care about the 2 sulking girls. He tidied up his clothes and made his bed. She glanced at Zhang Yuyan's empty bed. She was still alive before, but now she was gone. Ning Shu was currently studying her soul pearl. How should this thing be used? How should it be used to absorb the evil spirit's soul? Zhuang Yutong, do you want to wash up and go to bed? Su Manyu asked Ning Shu. Ning Shu was surprised. The bathroom was just next door. Why was she being called? Su Manyu raised her chin slightly. Ning Shu said, come with me. Let's go wash up together. Ning Shu was speechless. Since when did her relationship with Su Manyu become so good that they became best friends who washed up together and went to the bathroom hand in hand? Su Manyu glanced at Lin Qianqian. Ning Shu said, this dorm is haunted. Even when I go home, strange things happen. Blood comes out of the faucet. The reason why Su Manyu went back to school was because her family was in a mess. She might as well go back to school. Su Manyu was afraid that blood would come out again when she washed up, so she called Ning Shu. Ning Shu put away the soul pearl and took the basin into the bathroom. Su Manyu followed Ning Shu into the bathroom. Seeing that the faucet Ning Shu turned on wasn't blood, she let out a sigh of relief. He turned on the other faucet. Ning Shu asked, Zhuang Yutong, do you believe me? There really is a ghost here. Ning Shu nodded and said, I believe you. I've also encountered a lot of things. One is a coincidence, but two isn't. Now that Zhang Yuyan is dead, who will be the next? Su Manyu bit her lip. The water in the basin overflowed. Ning Shu turned off the faucet and said to Su Manyu, there must be a way. I suspect that it's because of the pen spirit that night. If I had listened to you, this wouldn't have happened. Su Manyu looked haggard. Zhuang Yutong didn't want to play the game, but Lin Qianqian said that the pen spirit could predict the future and answer their questions. Everyone couldn't help but look forward to the future. Ning Shu washed up. Seeing that Su Manyu was still in a daze, he comforted her, it's okay. Su Manyu sighed in the end. The two washed up and walked out of the bathroom. They saw that Lin Qianqian was already lying on the bed. Her foot was in a cast. She didn't even wash up before lying on the bed. Lin Qianqian saw the two of them walking out of the bathroom intimately and felt uncomfortable. She felt like she was being ostracized. Before, it was Zhuang Yutong who was ostracized, but now it was her. It didn't feel good. Lin Qianqian closed her eyes. Su Manyu shrunk into the blanket and curled up into a ball. Ning Shu walked to the window and looked at the night sky that was as dark as ink. She smiled coldly at the empty space. I'm not afraid of you. Now, if you have the ability, try to catch me again. Ning Shu closed the window and drew the curtains. He then climbed onto the bed and sat down to meditate. Who was the last to go to bed? Why didn't you turn off the lights? Lin Qianqian asked as she opened her eyes. I can't sleep with the lights on. It's too bright. Ning Shu was the last to go to bed. Lin Qianqian's words were directed at Ning Shu. Before Ning Shu could say anything, Su Manyu, who was sleeping on the lower bunk of Ning Shu, immediately said, just turn on the lights. There's a ghost in the dorm. I'm scared. Su Manyu, do you have to keep saying there's a ghost? Is the dorm's electricity free? Lin Qianqian said to Su Manyu in a bad tone. I'll pay for the dorm's electricity this month. Turn on the lights. I'll tear apart whoever turns them off, Su Manyu said coldly. She looked at Lin Qianqian with a sharp gaze. Ning Shu was speechless. So domineering. Even the female lead was rendered speechless by his words. In the end, she didn't turn off the lights. The surroundings were quiet. Ning Shu was sleeping soundly on the bed. He wasn't afraid of the female ghost at all. As soon as the female ghost came close, she would be sucked into the spirit pearl and turned into pure spiritual energy, becoming a part of the spirit pearl. In the middle of the night, the window was blown open by a gust of wind. It was as if a bone-chilling wind had blown in. The temperature in the room dropped instantly. The lights in the room went out. There were ghostly figures wandering outside the window. There was also the sound of resentful crying and whispering vicious curses. "You're all going to die. Give me your lives." Ning Shu sat up. Looking at the ghostly figures outside, he gave them the middle finger. "What's the big deal outside? Come in if you dare." Ning Shu knew she was afraid of the spirit pearl and didn't dare to come in. "Come in, I'll deal with you." Lin Qianqian was shocked. She rubbed her eyes, wondering if what she was seeing was an illusion. Lin Qianqian's fingers clutched the blanket tightly. She was so scared that she didn't know what to do. Su Manyu was trembling in fear. She climbed onto Ning Shu's bed and wrapped herself in Ning Shu's blanket. Su Manyu's teeth chattered. She pulled Ning Shu down and hugged Ning Shu tightly. Her limbs wrapped around Ning Shu. Ning Shu was speechless. Chapter 208. Outside, the ghostly shadows were everywhere. It was so eerie that it was like a graveyard. Ning Shu didn't sleep well that night. Su Manyu clung to him like an octopus, and he couldn't break free. When dawn finally arrived, Su Manyu finally let go of Ning Shu. Her face was a little red, and she said, "You're quite warm. I'll sleep with you from now on." "Ning Shu, the bed is quite small. We don't have to squeeze together," Ning Shu refused. Su Manyu raised her chin and said, "Zhuang Yutong, I'm sleeping with you because I think highly of you." "Ning Shu, I don't need you to think highly of me." Ning Shu got out of bed and saw Lin Qianqian's pale face and dazed eyes. He quickly asked, "Lin Qianqian, are you okay?" Lin Qianqian finally came back to her senses and gulped. Ning Shu asked, "What did you see last night? Did you hear anything?" Su Manyu sat on Ning Shu's bed, ran her fingers through her hair, and said sarcastically to Lin Qianqian, "Of course I heard and saw. I told you that this dorm is haunted." Lin Qianqian's face turned even paler, and she burst into tears. Su Manyu said even more sarcastically, "What's the point of crying now? Zhang Yuyan is already dead." Lin Qianqian raised her head and looked at Su Manyu. Her bright eyes dimmed with fear. "What right do you have to say that I was the one who summoned this evil spirit? Zhang Yuyan committed suicide because of the unspoken rules. I know you also like Ji Qingyuan. That's why you're targeting me." Lin Qianqian looked at Su Manyu and said angrily, "You're a homewrecker. You're trying to frame me for murder just to deal with me. The police won't believe you." Su Manyu immediately picked up Ning Shu's pillow and threw it at Lin Qianqian. The pillow hit Lin Qianqian's head. The pillow wasn't heavy, so it didn't hurt. But Lin Qianqian was insulted by Su Manyu's action. She gritted her teeth and said, "Su Manyu, don't go overboard." "I've gone overboard. I was the one who got to know Ji Qingyuan first. I admit that I like Ji Qingyuan. But you got to know Ji Qingyuan because of me. You beat me to it. Do you think a poor person like you can get to know Ji Qingyuan?" "Ning Shu, why are they fighting so?" Su Manyu's words. "Qingyuan won't like you if you're so arrogant. You've known Qingyuan for so long, but he didn't like you. He didn't like you in the past, and he won't like you in the future." Lin Qianqian picked up her crutches from the bedside table and walked away. They were clearly talking about ghosts. How did they end up talking about love? Su Manyu sat on the bed with an unpleasant expression. Seeing Ning Shu staring at her, she couldn't help but say, "Don't tell me you also think I'm a homewrecker." "No, I'm just thinking about how we should deal with this ghost." Now that the hostile ghost had stayed away from her, Ning Shu couldn't see where it was. Speaking of ghosts, Su Manyu's expression became worried. She got off the bed. Ning Shu was about to leave when Su Manyu immediately asked Ning Shu, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to eat." Ning Shu was about to head to the cafeteria for breakfast. No matter what, he had to fill his stomach first. "I'll go with you." Su Manyu immediately put on her shoes and followed Ning Shu. She followed closely behind Ning Shu like Siamese twins. Ning Shu didn't think Su Manyu was used to the food in the cafeteria. As expected, when Su Manyu saw Ning Shu eating steamed buns and porridge, she immediately said Ning Shu was eating pig's food. Ning Shu did not pay any attention to her. Meanwhile, Lin Qianqian left the dormitory and went to look for Ji Qingyuan. She told him everything that had happened that night. Ji Qingyuan didn't quite believe her, but when he saw how haggard his girlfriend looked and how scared she was, he couldn't help but feel comforted. Ji Qingyuan said he would think of something. Lin Qianqian looked at Ji Qingyuan's handsome face and felt her heart ache. She felt sad because Su Manyu liked him. She also felt sad because she was lucky to have such a good boyfriend. When she thought of Su Manyu's angry and jealous face, Lin Qianqian felt happy. Who told Su Manyu to be so arrogant? Lin Qianqian leaned into Ji Qingyuan's arms and murmured, "Qingyuan, it's so good to have you by my side." Ning Shu and Su Manyu had breakfast in the cafeteria. When they arrived at the dormitory, Ning Shu felt the spirit orb in his body tremble slightly. It had been quiet all this time, but now it was moving. Ning Shu looked up and saw a flower pot fall from above their heads. In the midst of the sparks, Ning Shu pulled Su Manyu to the side. The flower pot fell to the ground with a thud, splinters flying everywhere. Su Manyu's expression was sluggish. She stared at the flower pot in a daze. The soil was scattered all over the floor and the flowers were broken. Someone had snapped them off. It was a chilling sight. Ning Shu looked up and saw another flower pot floating in the air. Then, as if it had lost its support, it fell towards Su Manyu and her. "Let's go." Ning Shu pulled Su Manyu and rushed into the dormitory. As soon as they stepped in, the flower pot fell to the ground where they had been standing. Su Manyu's expression was blank. She sat on the ground, her limbs weak. She held her head with both hands and her body trembled. Ning Shu looked at the broken flower pot. In the original plot, Su Manyu was hit by a falling flower pot and became a vegetable. Being alive was equivalent to being dead. She felt nothing. She might as well be dead. "Su Manyu, are you okay?" Ning Shu patted Su Manyu's shoulder. Su Manyu put down her hands and looked at Ning Shu. Her voice trembled as she asked, "Why aren't you scared?" "Of course I'm scared." "But she wants us to be scared," Ning Shu said fiercely. "There's always a way to deal with her." Su Manyu supported herself against the wall and stood up. She wiped the tears from her face and gritted her teeth. The muscles on her face were trembling. "I'm going to destroy this bastard." Although Su Manyu said that, her body was trembling uncontrollably. She supported herself against the wall and walked up the stairs, but her body was too weak. Su Manyu asked Ning Shu, "Can you give me a hand? My legs are too weak to walk." "Walk on your own." "My legs are weak too." Ning Shu didn't want to help her. He wasn't her servant. Su Manyu watched as Ning Shu walked up the stairs without any weakness in his legs. She was scared. She dragged her weak legs and followed Ning Shu. Back at the dormitory, Ning Shu opened the door and saw Lin Qianqian. He wasn't surprised to see Lin Qianqian, but he didn't expect Ji Qingyuan, a guy, to be in the girls' dormitory. Su Manyu saw Ji Qingyuan and said sarcastically, "You really can't bear to leave. The dormitory is everyone's place. If you want to be all lovey-dovey here, you have to consider the others." Ji Qingyuan frowned at Su Manyu and said unhappily, "Qianqian is already injured and in a bad mood. Why are you still talking to her like that?" Chapter 209. When Su Manyu heard how Ji Qingyuan was defending Lin Qianqian, her expression darkened even more. On top of that, she had almost been hit by a flower pot. If Zhuang Yutong hadn't been by her side, she would have been done for. Now, seeing Lin Qianqian hiding in a corner, pretending to be innocent and asking Ji Qingyuan to stand up for her, Su Manyu was so angry that her chest was about to explode. She said coldly to Ji Qingyuan, "Ji Qingyuan, this has nothing to do with you. Get lost." "Su Manyu, how can you speak like that?" Ji Qingyuan was displeased. "Did you eat dynamite? How can you speak like that as soon as you come in?" Ning Shu said, "This is a female dormitory. Why are you here?" Ji Qingyuan ignored Ning Shu and Ning Shu. Instead, he looked at Su Manyu and said, "Lin Qianqian is my girlfriend. I hope you can respect her." "Why should I respect her? Who is she to me?" "Ji Qingyuan, you bastard, you just see that I like you. How can you insult me like this? If your girlfriend wants me to respect her, I'll respect your entire family." Su Manyu was incomparably valiant when she opened her mouth, as if she wanted to vent the fear that she had encountered previously. Ji Qingyuan's face was dark. He was clearly angered by Su Manyu's words. "Are you crazy?" Su Manyu rolled her eyes. She glanced at Lin Qianqian and spat, "Lin Qianqian, this is the first time I've realized how disgusting you are." Ji Qingyuan's face was stern as he defended Lin Qianqian, "I'm here because Qianqian is worried about you guys. She said there's a ghost in this dormitory. I applied to the school to sleep here tonight to see if there's really something up." Su Manyu chuckled and glanced at Lin Qianqian, who remained silent. Ning Shu ignored the love and hate between the three of them. He took out a bottle of medicinal water and drank it. When Su Manyu saw Ning Shu drinking the medicine, she quickly said, "Leave some for me." Suddenly, the dormitory was filled with a strange smell. This smell was really strange. Ji Qingyuan frowned and endured it. When he saw Su Manyu drinking this strange thing, he couldn't help but say, "Su Manyu, what are you drinking? It smells terrible. Why do you care what I drink?" Su Manyu pinched her nose and drank the medicine. Then, she took out a set of cosmetics from her cabinet and gave it to Ning Shu. She said, "This is for you. Thank you for saving me today. From now on, you are my friend." Ning Shu thought about it and accepted it. Since Su Manyu had expressed her goodwill, Ning Shu naturally had to accept it. Besides, the original owner of the body wanted to integrate into this small group. Ning Shu took out a triangular talisman from his bag and gave it to Su Manyu. "This is for you. It was given to me by the witch in my village. Keep it with you." Su Manyu snatched the amulet and put it in her pocket. Ning Shu said, "You're a good person." Ning Shu was speechless. Lin Qianqian sat on the bed and watched the two exchange gifts, leaving her alone. She felt very awkward. Ji Qingyuan stayed by Ning Shu's side the whole day. When Ning Shu went to class, Su Manyu followed him closely. This made Ning Shu speechless. He said to Su Manyu, "Can you stop following me around? I'm scared if I don't follow you." Ever since Zhuang Yutong saved her, Su Manyu's heart had become dependent on the thin and weak Zhuang Yutong. Seeing her calm, Su Manyu felt her heart calm down. Now, wherever Su Manyu went, she felt that the ghost would kill her. She didn't dare to leave Zhuang Yutong's side. Moreover, it was easy to follow Zhuang Yutong. Ever since she was haunted by the ghost, her whole body felt heavy. It was as if the ghost was on top of her. After a shower, Su Manyu planned to weigh herself. However, she was a lot heavier than usual. She wasn't fat, but she was a lot heavier. Su Manyu felt as if the ghost was sitting on her shoulders. That heavy feeling was trying to push her down. Ning Shu didn't say anything. Since Zhuang Yutong was following him, then so be it. She wouldn't do any harm to him. Ning Shu said to Su Manyu, "Pay attention to your surroundings when you walk, especially when you see buildings. Be sure to look out for things falling from the sky. Of course I know, Su Manyu said stubbornly. She then turned to Ning Shu and said, since the witch in your village is so powerful, why don't you bring her here to take care of this ghost? Granny won't come back. She's old. Plus, she doesn't want to mess with things like this. Once you mess with it, it won't stop until you're dead. Ning Shu actually hoped that the witch would come and take the female ghost away. Su Manyu bit her lip. I can't stand it. I'll ask my father to find someone to take care of this ghost. Ning Shu was wondering when the male and female protagonists would be able to find the Taoist priest with high cultivation in the plot. Ning Shu and Su Manyu returned to the dormitory. Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian were sitting on the bed, whispering to each other. The atmosphere was very sweet. Su Manyu snorted, breaking the sweet atmosphere. Su Manyu looked at the two of them in a strange way, making Lin Qianqian feel very uncomfortable. Ning Shu and Su Manyu washed up and went to bed. Su Manyu didn't say anything and climbed onto Ning Shu's bed. She then looked coldly at Ji Qingyuan, who was lying on the floor next to Lin Qianqian's bed. It's okay. I'm by your side. I'll protect you, Ji Qingyuan comforted Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian nodded obediently. Su Manyu saw that Lin Qianqian and Ji Qingyuan were looking at each other with sweet eyes. She felt jealous and spat at them. Ning Shu looked at Su Manyu. He used to think that Su Manyu was very arrogant, but now it seemed that she was even more arrogant and domineering. She was labeled as an evil female supporting character. Even if she was killed by a ghost in the end, no one would sympathize. Su Manyu clung onto Ning Shu, tightly clinging onto his body. Ning Shu pried her hands away and said calmly, let's sleep. I don't feel comfortable with you hugging me like this. Su Manyu let go of her hands, but she still clung onto Ning Shu tightly. The night was quiet. The campus was silent. Ji Qingyuan lay on the floor, unable to sleep. Besides, it was a strange feeling to sleep in a female dormitory. There was no movement at all. Ji Qingyuan couldn't help but laugh. It was just the girl's imagination that made her crazy. Ji Qingyuan sat up and gazed tenderly at Lin Qianqian on the bed. He reached out and held Lin Qianqian's hand, but it felt strange. It felt like he was touching a rotten mango, it was wet. Why did Qianqian's hand feel like that? The dormitory was dark, so Ji Qingyuan couldn't see what was going on. He nudged Lin Qianqian's body and called out, Qianqian, wake up. But Lin Qianqian seemed to be fast asleep. No matter how Ji Qingyuan nudged her, she didn't wake up. Ji Qingyuan's heart suddenly trembled. He quickly got up and found the light switch. He wanted to turn it on, but the lights in the dormitory wouldn't turn on. Instead, he touched a sticky and warm liquid. Chapter 210. Ji Qingyuan's hand was wet from touching it, but he couldn't see what it was. Ji Qingyuan hesitated for a moment, then brought his hand to his nose and sniffed it. He instantly smelled a rotten stench. It was so rotten that it made him dizzy. Ji Qingyuan's heart was filled with fear. The three girls in the dormitory were all asleep. It was completely different from when he was awake. Ji Qingyuan hurriedly wiped his hands on his body and rushed to Lin Qianqian's bedside. He shook Lin Qianqian's body and screamed, Qianqian, wake up. Wake up. What the fuck is going on? Ji Qingyuan screamed very loudly, but none of the three girls in the dormitory woke up. It was as if he was the only one left in the world. The surroundings were dead silent. There was no sound. There were no cicadas chirping, no car horns, and not even the breathing of the three girls. Qianqian, Qianqian. Ji Qingyuan grabbed Lin Qianqian's arm, trying to pull her up. But Ji Qingyuan pulled hard and managed to pull Lin Qianqian's arm off the bed. However, Lin Qianqian still didn't react. She didn't feel any pain and didn't make a sound. Ji Qingyuan's eyes widened to their maximum. His pupils contracted violently. He was still holding on to Lin Qianqian's arm. Ah! Ji Qingyuan screamed. He threw away the arm in his hand and bent down to pull Lin Qianqian off the bed. A ray of moonlight shone through the window and illuminated Lin Qianqian's face. It was a face that was completely unrecognizable, like a pile of rotten meat. It gave off a foul smell, but it was smiling strangely at him. Its mouth opened and closed, spitting out words that were filled with hidden bitterness, resentment, and treachery. You've finally come to find me. I've been waiting for you. I've always been waiting for you. Why are you so cruel? Why are you so cruel? I hate you. Be with me. Ji Qingyuan was so frightened that he fell to the ground. He kicked his legs and kept retreating. He watched as the body with only one arm crawled towards him like a pile of rotten flesh. Ji Qingyuan's back was covered in cold sweat. He shouted, "Don't come here. Don't come here. I hate you, I hate you, I want you dead, ah." Ji Qingyuan, who had been lying on the floor, sat up. His entire body was covered in cold sweat, as if he had just been fished out of the water. Ji Qingyuan looked around in shock. Beside him, Lin Qianqian was breathing slowly. Ji Qingyuan let out a long breath. It turned out to be a dream. He must have been too nervous and was affected by Qianqian's nervous mood to have such a dream. Qianqian. Ji Qingyuan called Lin Qianqian's name. He wanted to wake her up. His whole body was cold, his heart was pounding, and his mouth was dry. Lin Qianqian's body moved. She lifted her head and looked at Ji Qingyuan. "You're here," she said in a strange tone. Ji Qingyuan suddenly felt his heart stop for a moment before it started beating violently again. What did he see? Lin Qianqian's rotten face was exactly the same as it was in his dream. Ji Qingyuan felt like his brain was about to explode. All the blood rushed to his brain, causing his brain to go blank. Ji Qingyuan quickly got up and distanced himself from Lin Qianqian. "What's wrong, Qingyuan?" Lin Qianqian rubbed her eyes and looked at Ji Qingyuan. When Ji Qingyuan heard Lin Qianqian's voice, he took a closer look. It wasn't the rotten face from before. Ji Qingyuan let out a sigh of relief, secretly lamenting that he had been too nervous. Lin Qianqian lifted the blanket and got out of bed. Her foot was still in a cast, but she didn't feel any pain as she walked. She walked over to Ji Qingyuan. "Qianqian, be careful with your foot. Use the cane to support yourself," Ji Qingyuan hurriedly said to Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian had a smile on her face as she walked over to Ji Qingyuan. She suddenly reached out and hugged Ji Qingyuan. Ji Qingyuan laughed heartily. "You little girl, you're really..." Before Ji Qingyuan could finish speaking, Lin Qianqian grabbed him by the neck. Ji Qingyuan's face turned red from the lack of oxygen. Lin Qianqian was very strong. She grabbed Ji Qingyuan's neck and lifted him up. Ji Qingyuan tried to pull Lin Qianqian's hand away, but he couldn't. Ji Qingyuan's mind was in a mess. He felt like he was going to die, and he was going to die at the hands of his girlfriend. Lin Qianqian's expression was numb. She kept muttering, "Why? Why? 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 Why?" Ning Shu lay on the bed. He felt like the entire dorm room was like an ice cellar. When he sat up, he saw Lin Qianqian grabbing Ji Qingyuan by the neck. Without thinking, Ning Shu took out the spirit pearl and threw it at Lin Qianqian. Then, he jumped off the bed. Lin Qianqian, who was hit by the spirit pearl, let out a shrill cry. The next moment, her body went limp. She let go of Ji Qingyuan's neck. Ji Qingyuan fell to the ground. He covered his neck and coughed violently. Ning Shu picked up the spirit pearl on the ground. Seeing that Lin Qianqian had already passed out, he touched her body. It was extremely cold. Ji Qingyuan coughed and looked at Lin Qianqian with fear in his eyes. Wake up. Why are you still sleeping? Get up and help. Ning Shu woke Su Manyu up. Su Manyu opened her eyes. She looked displeased. What are you doing? Can't you let me sleep? Lin Qianqian is being controlled. They want to kill Ji Qingyuan, Ning Shu said with a frown. Su Manyu woke up with a start. Seeing Lin Qianqian lying on the ground and Ji Qingyuan's pale face, she quickly climbed down the bed. Ning Shu asked, what happened? How would I know? Help me get Lin Qianqian onto the bed. Ning Shu pulled on Lin Qianqian's clothes. Su Manyu didn't dare to touch Lin Qianqian. She looked at Ning Shu and said, I'm scared. What are you scared of? The female ghost isn't on her anymore. Ning Shu rolled his eyes. Ji Qingyuan wanted to stand up and help, but his body was so weak that he couldn't even stand up. He said to Su Manyu in a hoarse voice, Manyu, help me. Su Manyu looked impatient. She helped Ning Shu get Lin Qianqian onto the bed. Su Manyu patted the dust off her hands. She looked at Ji Qingyuan, whose face was red from holding his breath, and asked with concern, are you okay? Why did Lin Qianqian want to kill you? There were obvious choking marks on Ji Qingyuan's neck. It was obvious that Lin Qianqian had used a lot of strength to kill Ji Qingyuan. If it weren't for Ning Shu, Ji Qingyuan would have been strangled to death by Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian is being controlled. Ning Shu opened his cupboard and took out some medicinal powder for Lin Qianqian to drink. Ji Qingyuan saw that Ning Shu was about to give his girlfriend something strange. He ignored the pain in his body and stopped Ning Shu. What did you give Qianqian? Lin Qianqian has been possessed by a female ghost. Yin energy has entered her body. If she doesn't drink the medicine, it will cause great harm to her body. She's very cold right now. Ning Shu explained to Ji Qingyuan impatiently. She was trying to save someone, not harm them. It was really annoying to see him looking at her with such vigilant eyes. Chapter 211. Ning Shu originally wanted to give Lin Qianqian the medicine, but Ji Qingyuan was sitting by the bed in front of Ning Shu. It was obvious that he didn't want Lin Qianqian to drink the medicine. Without the approval of the Ministry of Health, how could she drink the medicine? If she doesn't want to drink it, then so be it. After all, Lin Qianqian is the unlucky one. Let's keep it for ourselves. Zhuang Yutong, since she doesn't appreciate it, let's keep it for ourselves, Su Manyu said, rolling her eyes. Ning Shu looked at Lin Qianqian's pale face and pale lips. He asked Ji Qingyuan, are you sure you don't want to drink it? The longer you drag it out, the worse it will be for your health. Su Manyu and I have both drunk this medicine. Ji Qingyuan waved his hand. I'm not drinking it. Fine, if she doesn't want to drink it, then so be it. After all, the female lead won't die. Su Manyu took the medicine from Ning Shu and said, I just touched Lin Qianqian and felt cold all over. Let me drink this medicine. Su Manyu snatched the medicine from him and gulped it down. Ning Shu was speechless. It felt like this girl was eating the medicine like it was candy. Ji Qingyuan held on to Lin Qianqian's hand with an unpleasant expression and asked Su Manyu, what's going on? What's going on? Isn't this a malicious spirit that Lin Qianqian summoned? Su Manyu asked coldly. A malicious spirit? Ji Qingyuan touched his neck, his expression unreadable. Ning Shu was more curious about why the malicious spirit had controlled Lin Qianqian to strangle Ji Qingyuan. It was quite surprising. Ning Shu kept looking at Ji Qingyuan. Su Manyu nudged Ning Shu and asked, what are you looking at? Why did the malicious spirit want to kill you? Ning Shu asked Ji Qingyuan. They had provoked the malicious spirit because they played with the pen spirit, but why did the malicious spirit want to kill Ji Qingyuan? And why did it use Lin Qianqian to kill Ji Qingyuan? Ji Qingyuan said with a cold expression, how would I know? Peng. The window was blown open by a strong gust of wind. A bone-piercing cold wind blew in. The wind was mixed with a kind of mournful sound. At the door of the window, there was a faintly discernible ghostly figure with disheveled hair. It looked exceptionally frightening. Su Manyu immediately hid behind Ning Shu. Her entire body was curled up behind Ning Shu. Ning Shu's fingers were holding the dark and cold soul pearl, which was trembling slightly. Ji Qingyuan's face was full of shock and fear. There really is a ghost. The wind blew against his face, causing him to feel a dull pain. An enlarged ghostly face appeared by the window. It was full of knife scars and was slowly rotting away. It appeared here and there, making people feel incomparably terrified. It spat out venomous words, I'm going to kill you. Why are you doing this to me? Why? The temperature in the room dropped even lower. The ghostly shadow outside seemed to be very agitated. It wanted to rush in through the window, but it was wary of the thing in Ning Shu's hand, so it did not dare to come in. However, it was very resentful and agitated. It felt like it was particularly concerned about someone in the room. Ning Shu glanced at Ji Qingyuan. He felt that this female ghost should be related to Ji Qingyuan. Previously, the female ghost had treated them like a cat playing with a mouse, but today it was particularly agitated. Ning Shu walked towards the window. Su Manyu grabbed onto Ning Shu's clothes. What are you doing? Don't go over there. Ning Shu ignored Su Manyu. Su Manyu stomped her feet, but she did not dare to follow Ning Shu to the window. With every step Ning Shu took, the female ghost moved further away from the window. In the end, she was really afraid of the thing in Ning Shu's hand and ran away on her own. The wind suddenly stopped. Zhuang Yutong, not bad. Even the ghost was scared to death by you. Su Manyu wiped the cold sweat off her forehead. Ning Shu was really annoyed by this female ghost. Why did she want to take the lives of innocent people like them? Ji Qingyuan's face was pale. He said, we can't stay here. Lin Qianqian can't stay here. Then hurry up and take Lin Qianqian away. It's best if you leave. This female ghost wants to kill you. You must be related to this female ghost. Ning Shu waved his hand. Ji Qingyuan was speechless. Ning Shu closed the window. It was still early in the morning. Should he go back to sleep? Ning Shu touched Lin Qianqian's forehead. She was starting to have a fever. Do you want to take her to the hospital? Lin Qianqian is sick, Ning Shu asked Ji Qingyuan. Ji Qingyuan's face was pale, and his eyes were lifeless. Suddenly encountering such a situation, Ji Qingyuan felt like his worldview had been turned upside down. When he heard Ning Shu's words, his eyes were in a mess. For a moment, he didn't know what to do. Sick. Ji Qingyuan frantically touched Lin Qianqian's forehead. His face was full of anxiety. But seeing that it was so dark outside, he didn't dare to take Lin Qianqian to the hospital. Ji Qingyuan, you should take Lin Qianqian to the hospital. If this drags on, she might burn her brain, Su Manyu said to Ji Qingyuan. Ji Qingyuan looked hesitant. Su Manyu continued, it's so late now. Let's drink Zhuang Yutong's medicine. That's all we can do. Ji Qingyuan rubbed his forehead. His entire person appeared to be very tired and afraid that he could not get rid of. Ning Shu pursed his lips. He poured the medicine into Lin Qianqian's mouth and poured it in. She should have drunk it earlier. It's morning. Let's take Lin Qianqian to the hospital, Ning Shu said calmly. That night, no one slept well. Ji Qingyuan didn't sleep at all. As soon as the sun rose, he took the unconscious Lin Qianqian and left. Su Manyu saw how much Ji Qingyuan cared about Lin Qianqian. She pursed her lips and asked Ning Shu sourly, is Lin Qianqian really that good? She's not good-looking and doesn't come from a good family. At most, she's from a well-off family. Her personality is even worse. She's evil like a white lotus. What's so good about her? Su Manyu was very dissatisfied. Ning Shu was speechless. You make it sound like your personality is good. You're sharp-tongued, arrogant, and domineering. But Su Manyu had the right to be arrogant. She came from a good family and was beautiful. She was better than Lin Qianqian in every aspect. What's so good about Ji Qingyuan? What do you like about him? Ning Shu asked. Just because he's handsome. Su Manyu thought for a moment and said, I don't know. I just like him. Ning Shu pursed his lips. You're pretty and your family is as rich as Ji Qingyuan's. Why would you like him? That does make sense. Su Manyu nodded. Now that the female ghost is a threat, I don't have the energy to focus on these things. Ning Shu thought for a moment and asked Su Manyu, do you think there's a way to see a ghost? Aren't we seeing a ghost now? Su Manyu rested her chin on her hand. If this isn't called seeing a ghost, then what is? I'm talking about seeing a ghost. I heard that if you put cow's tears on your eyes, you can see a ghost. Ning Shu looked at Su Manyu. Su Manyu, can you get some cow's tears? Chapter 212. Ning Shu wanted Su Manyu to get some cow tears. She really didn't want to stay in this mission world anymore. She was always on tenterhooks and didn't get a good night's sleep. Although she had the spirit orb, she couldn't rest until this female ghost was dealt with. I don't want it, Su Manyu shook her head. I'm scared to death right now. I want to see her. I don't want it. Ning Shu said, Granny gave me something that can deal with her. If I see her, I'll definitely be able to deal with her. Are we just going to live like this forever? Su Manyu thought for a moment. Where do you want me to get cow tears for you? I'll think of a way. Ning Shu nodded. Try to be quick. The longer we delay, the worse it will be. What if something happens to us? Ji Qingyuan, who had sent Lin Qianqian to the hospital, returned and said to Su Manyu, I'm going to find a Taoist priest to deal with this evil spirit. I'll leave Qianqian in your care. Su Manyu rolled her eyes and said, I can't take care of Lin Qianqian. This female ghost appears and disappears like a ghost. I can't even take care of myself, so how can I take care of Lin Qianqian? If anything happens to Lin Qianqian in the future, you'll hate me for the rest of your life. I don't want to do something so strenuous and unrewarding. You'd better take Lin Qianqian with you. Su Manyu's words were so direct that Ji Qingyuan was speechless for a moment. Ji Qingyuan said, I also want to bring Qian along, but Qian is really not feeling well right now. Moreover, her injured leg got worse last night. There's no way to bring Qian along. Ning Shu also said, you should take Lin Qianqian with you. There was a lot of luck between the male and female leads. Even if something happened, it wouldn't be life-threatening. Ji Qingyuan originally wanted Su Manyu to take care of Lin Qianqian. Ji Qingyuan knew that Su Manyu liked him and would probably agree to take care of Lin Qianqian. But he didn't expect Su Manyu to reject him. This made Ji Qingyuan feel a little uncomfortable. Besides, he was here for this dorm. If it weren't for Lin Qianqian being here, he wouldn't even care about this mess. Ji Qingyuan, you should be careful. This female ghost has a grudge with you. She wants to kill you. Ning Shu felt that they had provoked the female ghost because of Lin Qianqian, who was Ji Qingyuan's girlfriend. When Ji Qingyuan heard Ning Shu say this, his face, which had not slept all night, became even more unsightly. He looked at Ning Shu with a very sharp gaze. What right do you have to say that? I have nothing to do with this female ghost. Ning Shu shrugged and didn't say anything else. Ji Qingyuan saw that Su Manyu wasn't willing to help him take care of Lin Qianqian, and it wasn't the best time to bring Lin Qianqian home. Ji Qingyuan took a deep breath. His expression was haggard, and he sounded much colder when he spoke to Su Manyu. I'll take Qianqian with me, and I'll get the Taoist priest to take a look at Qianqian's body. Ning Shu asked, who introduced this Taoist priest to you? It's none of your business who introduced him to me. Ji Qingyuan's attitude towards Ning Shu was very disdainful. Ji Qingyuan was very impatient with Ning Shu's questioning. Ning Shu couldn't be bothered to care. The matters between the male lead and the female lead weren't for a little cannon fodder like her to care. Ji Qingyuan left in a hurry. Su Manyu looked at Ji Qingyuan's back and pursed her lips. She looked like she was about to cry. He's angry at me. I don't think we can even be friends in the future. Ning Shu looked at her with disdain. What kind of person are you? Useless. Isn't he just a man? What does a country bumpkin like you know? Su Manyu sneered. I've liked Ji Qingyuan for a long time. You don't understand at all. Tisk, Ning Shu gave her the middle finger. You're so pretentious. He doesn't even like you and you're still acting like a bitch. It's disgusting. Su Manyu's face turned green with anger after hearing Ning Shu's words. Zhuang Yutong, do you want to die? Ning Shu, ha ha ha. After Lin Qianqian left, only Ning Shu and Su Manyu were left in the dormitory. Strangely enough, the female ghost didn't harass them again. Su Manyu also found it strange. Ning Shu said, don't tell me she went to look for Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian. Ning Shu didn't care at all. He shrugged and said, maybe. Su Manyu's face revealed a worried expression. She was obviously worried about Ji Qingyuan. Ning Shu pursed her lips. Don't act like you're constipated. It's so disgusting. Zhuang Yutong, will you die if you don't speak? Su Manyu roared at Ning Shu angrily. Yes. By the way, my family sent the cow's tears over. They were collected from the slaughterhouse. It took a lot of effort. Zhuang Yutong took out a small glass bottle from her bag. It was filled with liquid. Ning Shu took the bottle and shook it a little. He said to Zhuang Yutong, why don't we try it tonight? Hey, I don't want to. Su Manyu shook her head. I'll be traumatized if I see it. Ning Shu was curious. At night, he rubbed the cow's tears on his eyelids. He then opened his eyes and looked around. Su Manyu curiously asked Ning Shu, can you see it? Ning Shu covered his mouth and stared at Su Manyu's back with wide eyes. He pointed at her back. Your back, ah. Su Manyu jumped in fright and hid behind Ning Shu. Her teeth were chattering. What is it? What? Ning Shu laughed. I lied to you. Su Manyu's fist landed on Ning Shu's body. She used a lot of force. Ning Shu immediately dodged and gave her the bottle. Wipe it on yourself. Otherwise, you'll say I lied to you again. Su Manyu hesitated. In the end, she rubbed the cow's tears on her eyelids. She looked around and said, there's no ghost. Ning Shu leaned against the window and said to Su Manyu, come and see if there's anything in this room. Su Manyu stood by the window and looked outside. She immediately saw many wandering ghosts. These ghosts all had blank faces and were very thin. They looked like they were about to disappear. Looking at these ghosts, Ning Shu wasn't surprised. This was a spiritual world. It was normal to have ghosts. Otherwise, it wouldn't have given birth to a spirit pearl. Su Manyu, on the other hand, was scared to death. She quickly squatted down and wiped away the cow tears on her eyelids. She said to Ning Shu, are we in hell? Why are there such things everywhere? Actually, there's no need to be afraid. We live in a different dimension from them. We won't meet them. The female ghosts we met can affect the magnetic field. That's why these supernatural things happened. I wonder how Ji Qingyuan and the others are doing. Su Manyu wasn't that scared. Ning Shu wasn't worried at all. Looking at Su Manyu, he asked, I really don't see anything good about Ji Qingyuan. It's because of his appearance. Ning Shu thought that there were too many good-looking perverts. Chapter 213. Ning Shu and Su Manyu lived peacefully for a few days, but after a few nights, the female ghost came back and the temperature in the dormitory dropped a lot. Su Manyu hugged Ning Shu's arm tightly and said in a trembling voice, Yutong, she's back. Where are Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian? Ning Shu didn't say anything. He took out a cow's tear and rubbed it on his eyelids. He looked around and saw a female ghost sitting on Lin Qianqian's bed. She was surrounded by black gas and her soul looked very thin. Her face was covered with knife scars and her eyes were full of hatred. When she met Ning Shu's eyes, Ning Shu bared his teeth. He seemed to be worried about something and didn't come to Ning Shu's side. Ning Shu quickly threw the soul pearl at the female ghost. The female ghost dodged the soul pearl, but a part of her soul was sucked away by the soul pearl. The black gas on her body dissipated a lot, and her soul became very thin. The female ghost floated outside the window. Ning Shu roared angrily and the whole dormitory shook. The bed fell down. Ning Shu pulled Su Manyu off the bed and picked up the soul pearl on the ground. All of a sudden, it was as if there was an earthquake, making one unable to stand steadily. Ning Shu sank her chi into her dantian and stood still on the ground. Su Manyu fell on the bed and grabbed Ning Shu's clothes tightly. Why is she so angry? She's just an arrow at the end of its flight. Ning Shu looked at the female ghost's thin soul. If the Taoist priest came, she wouldn't be able to hold on for long. You all have to die. I hate you. You all have to die. You all have to die. The female ghost's vicious words made one's scalp tingle. The cow's tear on Ning Shu's eyelids dried up and he couldn't see where the female ghost was. The female ghost's movements also became smaller and smaller. In the end, she stopped breathing. Su Manyu cried out and sat on the ground. She wiped her cold sweat. If this happens a few more times, my heart won't be able to take it. The dormitory was in a mess. Ning Shu picked up the fallen bed and tidied up the dormitory. Do you have Ji Qingyuan's number? Give him a call and ask, Ning Shu said to Su Manyu, who was as soft as a puddle of mud, as he tidied up his things. Yeah, make a call, make a call. Su Manyu took out her phone and dialed a number. After a while, she was so angry that she almost threw her phone away. Ning Shu said, I can't get through. He said he's not in the service area. Ning Shu shrugged his shoulders. He didn't know where the male and female leads were right now. Ning Shu's intuition told him that the female ghost must have met that Taoist priest and exchanged blows with him. Otherwise, her soul wouldn't be so weak. Just now, a part of his soul power had been absorbed by the soul pearl, so his soul power was very weak. Ning Shu felt that the soul pearl in his hand had become a little heavier. He felt that this thing was really strange. It could only enter and not exit. Ning Shu really coveted the soul power inside. The female ghost became weak and rarely came out to cause trouble. It seemed that she was recuperating. Ning Shu wondered when the Taoist priest would come. This was really the best time to get rid of the female ghost. After the female ghost suffered once, she didn't dare to enter the dormitory again. Ning Shu sometimes wiped the cow's tears on his eyelids and saw that the female ghost was actually devouring other wandering souls. The black aura on her body was getting thicker and thicker. Damn, Ning Shu saw this scene and didn't know what to say. It was better to get rid of this ghost quickly. Not only did it kill people, but it also devoured ghosts. Luckily, he had the soul pearl. Otherwise, Ning Shu wouldn't have been able to protect himself and Su Manyu. Saving a life was better than building a 7-floor pagoda. Ning Shu and Su Manyu had been together for a long time, so they had developed some feelings for each other. After a period of peace and quiet, Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian finally returned. Lin Qianqian had lost a lot of weight. Even her skin was a lot darker. Her leg was still in a cast. Ji Qingyuan was also travel-worn. Ji Qingyuan helped Lin Qianqian sit on the bed. Su Manyu asked Ji Qingyuan, "Where did you guys go? Why couldn't I get through to your phones?" Ji Qingyuan rubbed his forehead. He looked tired and said, "The signal is bad. Why are you guys in such a mess? Was the journey not peaceful?" Su Manyu poured a glass of water for Ji Qingyuan, ignoring Lin Qianqian. Ji Qingyuan took the glass and passed it to Lin Qianqian. He asked Lin Qianqian, "Qianqian, does your leg still hurt?" Lin Qianqian frowned. She touched her leg and said, "My leg hurts. The doctor said that you have to take care of your leg. Nothing bad will happen to it," Ji Qingyuan said seriously. He ignored Su Manyu, who was pouring water for him. Su Manyu was so angry that her face changed. Ning Shu watched from the side. He felt that Ji Qingyuan and Lin Qianqian's relationship had deepened. It was probably because they had gone through so much together. Seeing Su Manyu's expression, Ning Shu pursed his lips. "You're done for." Su Manyu saw Ning Shu's expression and her face darkened. Why did Zhuang Yutong keep mocking her? Would she die if she didn't laugh at her? Why was she so happy to see her fall out of love? Su Manyu's expression darkened. She then asked Ji Qingyuan, "What happened on the way here? Did you find the priest?" "We found him. He's at my house right now. He'll be back tonight to exorcise the ghost," Ji Qingyuan said. But a lot of things happened on the way here. He and Lin Qianqian had narrowly escaped death. Moreover, Lin Qianqian's leg injury had worsened. The doctor said that if it wasn't treated properly, it was likely to be amputated. On top of that, her fever had worsened the injury. Ji Qingyuan's heart felt heavy. There were too many things weighing on his mind. Ji Qingyuan felt that this female ghost hated him very much. He clearly didn't have anything to do with this female ghost, but she insisted on killing him. "Are you going to exorcise the ghost tonight?" Ning Shu asked Ji Qingyuan. Ji Qingyuan ignored Ning Shu completely. He ignored Ning Shu and didn't say a word. In any case, he completely ignored Ning Shu. Ning Shu was speechless. What the fuck, am I invisible? In Ji Qingyuan's heart, he didn't treat Ning Shu as an equal. He didn't want to answer Ning Shu's question at all. Damn, Ning Shu was so embarrassed that he felt cancer from embarrassment. This was the first time he had met someone who was so arrogant. "Is the Taoist priest you found reliable?" Su Manyu asked Ji Qingyuan. Ji Qingyuan calmly said, "He's a Taoist priest who cultivates in the mountains. His cultivation level is very high. He knows my father. My father asked me to find him." Uncle Ji knows a Taoist priest. Su Manyu was shocked. Ji Qingyuan didn't care. "My family runs a business. We travel from the south to the north. What's so strange about my father knowing all kinds of people? Why doesn't my father know any Taoist priests?" Su Manyu asked casually. Ning Shu raised his eyebrows. He felt a little strange. Lin Qianqian was staying in the dormitory. Her leg injury was so serious. Why didn't she go to the hospital? Why was she staying in the dormitory? Chapter 214. After Ji Qingyuan settled Lin Qianqian down, he asked Su Manyu to take care of her and pour her some water. Su Manyu reluctantly pouted and nodded. Lin Qianqian lay on the bed. She seemed to be too tired and fell asleep as soon as she lay on the bed. Ning Shu and Su Manyu looked at each other, then went about their own business. But Lin Qianqian suddenly sat up and turned her stiff neck to look at Ning Shu and Su Manyu. Lin Qianqian, what do you want? Su Manyu asked Lin Qianqian without looking up. Lin Qianqian didn't answer Su Manyu. She lifted the covers off the bed and stood up. She dragged her leg, which was in a cast, toward the door as if she couldn't feel the pain in her leg. Seeing Lin Qianqian like this, Ning Shu knew she was being controlled again. He quickly grabbed Lin Qianqian and placed the spirit pearl on her body. This time, the female ghost didn't leave Lin Qianqian's body. Instead, she turned around to strangle Ning Shu. How dare you stop me? I want you dead. How dare you treat me like this, she said menacingly. Ning Shu took 2 steps back and avoided Lin Qianqian's hand. She then kicked Lin Qianqian to the ground and pinned her down. She then yelled at Su Manyu, come over here and help pin her down. Lin Qianqian was very strong. Ning Shu almost couldn't hold her down. Su Manyu wiped the cold sweat off her palms on her clothes and quickly came over to help pin Lin Qianqian down. Ning Shu tore off Lin Qianqian's sheets and tied her wrists and ankles. He then stuffed the spirit pearl into Lin Qianqian's mouth. With the pearl in her mouth, Lin Qianqian struggled more and more violently. In the end, her eyes rolled back and she fainted. Ning Shu took out the spirit pearl, wiped his saliva on Lin Qianqian's body, and put it away. Are you done yet? You're annoying me to death. Su Manyu looked irritated. Ning Shu sneered, it's good that you know you're annoying. You won't know when you're dead. Su Manyu. Ning Shu noticed that the plaster cast on Lin Qianqian's feet had shattered. The skin under the cast was bruised and swollen. It seemed that Lin Qianqian's legs were in serious condition. Previously, when she had only rolled down the stairs, it wasn't this serious. But now that she had dragged it out and had traveled with Ji Qingyuan, her legs were getting worse. Give Ji Qingyuan a call, Ning Shu said to Su Manyu. As soon as Ning Shu finished speaking, the dormitory began to shake. Just like the previous earthquake, the bed fell and landed on Lin Qianqian's leg. Lin Qianqian screamed and fainted again. Ning Shu was speechless. Another bed fell, heading straight for Lin Qianqian's head. Su Manyu covered her mouth as she watched the metal bed fall towards Lin Qianqian's head. It was as if she could see Lin Qianqian's head being smashed in the next second. Ning Shu immediately channeled her qi and hurriedly used her hands to support herself off the falling metal bed. Only then did she stop the metal bed from falling. The shaking stopped. The dormitory was in a mess. Ning Shu lifted the metal bed that was on Lin Qianqian's leg. Looking at Lin Qianqian's leg, he guessed that it had been shattered. Give Ji Qingyuan a call. Ning Shu shook his head. It seemed that the female ghost hated Lin Qianqian. She kept possessing Lin Qianqian's body and wanted to kill her. After Su Manyu called Ji Qingyuan rushed over. When he saw Lin Qianqian tied up on the ground with her plaster shattered, his expression changed. He immediately untied the cloth and picked up the unconscious Lin Qianqian. He questioned Su Manyu, what are you doing? How could you treat Qianqian like this? How did the plaster on her leg shatter? Why did you tie her up? Ji Qingyuan frowned. He looked at Su Manyu with hostility. Su Manyu was confused by Ji Qingyuan's question. She couldn't help but say, she's been possessed. Shouldn't we tie her up? The longer she's possessed, the worse it is for Lin Qianqian's health. What do you want us to do? You're so hard to please. Take your Qianqian and leave. Don't blame us for everything. You're so annoying. Ji Qingyuan, I've been tolerating you. Do you think I'm easy to bully? Su Manyu wasn't polite at all. She waved her hand. Get lost. Ji Qingyuan's face turned green with anger. You're being unreasonable. You're the unreasonable one. Your whole family is unreasonable, Su Manyu immediately retorted. Ji Qingyuan carried the unconscious Lin Qianqian and left. Su Manyu was angry at Ning Shu. She said, "Who's the unreasonable one? How dare an unreasonable person call someone else unreasonable? Fuck, as long as it has anything to do with Lin Qianqian, I'm always so angry." Su Manyu's face was contorted. Ning Shu curled his lips and said sarcastically, "It's all because you like Ji Qingyuan and Ji Qingyuan likes Lin Qianqian. You're not happy about it. That's why you're being so sarcastic. It makes my teeth ache." Su Manyu said, "Zhuang Yutong, do you want to die? Can you not mock me? Can you?" Ning Shu said, "Yes." Su Manyu was speechless. Meanwhile, Ji Qingyuan took Lin Qianqian to the hospital. After an X-ray, it was just as Ning Shu had expected. Her leg was fractured and her calf was swollen bigger than her thigh. She might even be crippled. Ji Qingyuan looked at Lin Qianqian's pale face and was furious. He went to the dormitory to look for Su Manyu. When he saw Su Manyu, Ji Qingyuan didn't say a word and directly slapped her. Su Manyu was stunned. She covered her face and stared blankly at the angry Ji Qingyuan. "Why did you hit me?" Ning Shu circulated her qi and pushed Ji Qingyuan forcefully, causing him to fall to the ground. Ji Qingyuan immediately groaned in pain. It was as if his buttocks had split open, and his tailbone felt as if it had been broken. This woman had a lot of strength. Ning Shu looked at Ji Qingyuan with disdain. What kind of man is he to hit a woman? Su Manyu also reacted. She looked at Ji Qingyuan sadly. "Why did you hit me for no reason?" "Ji Qingyuan, don't go too far." Ji Qingyuan got up from the ground. He endured the pain and coldly said, "Su Manyu, how could you treat Qianqian like this? You pushed Qianqian down the stairs and today you hit her leg with the metal bed. She might be crippled. Su Manyu, I was wrong about you. I didn't expect you to be so cruel. What did I do? I didn't do anything. You're slandering me for no reason." She was hurt by a ghost. "Why are you blaming me? If we hadn't saved her, she would have been dead." "Ghost, it's the ghost again. I wasn't there. Who knows if you used a ghost to hurt Qianqian?" Ji Qingyuan looked at Su Manyu and Ning Shu sharply. "You two did such a thing and you're blaming it on a ghost." "Ji Qingyuan, what nonsense are you talking about? When did I do such a thing?" "You didn't push Qianqian down the stairs," Ji Qingyuan said coldly. "I didn't push her at all. She fell down herself." Su Manyu was angry and innocent. Chapter 215. The moment Ji Qingyuan arrived, he hit Su Manyu. The way he looked at Su Manyu was as if they were mortal enemies. Su Manyu covered her face. "My dad didn't even lay a finger on me. Who do you think you are? How dare you hit me? Ji Qingyuan, you think you can do whatever you want to me just because I like you?" Ji Qingyuan glanced at Ning Shu coldly. When he was pushed by her just now, he felt like his tailbone was about to break. When he heard Su Manyu's complaint, he said, "I'm doing this for Qianqian. You guys are classmates after all. Why are you so cruel? Do you know that your actions will cripple Qianqian's leg? Her leg hasn't recovered since you pushed her down the stairs. Qianqian told me before that you're always picking on her, but I didn't expect you to treat her like this." Ji Qingyuan glared at Su Manyu fiercely, almost roaring at her. Su Manyu's face darkened. "I didn't push him up the stairs. I didn't do anything. It was the female ghost who pushed him down. I didn't do anything. Ji Qingyuan, you haven't investigated anything, yet you're slandering me like this. Do you believe everything Lin Qianqian says? I know Qianqian. She's kind-hearted and has a good relationship with others, but you're always picking on her." Ji Qingyuan said coldly, "Su Manyu, do you think you can push everything to the female ghost? Do you think the female ghost won't come to confront you? Su Manyu, I've mistaken you for someone else. Su Manyu was so angry that her chest was about to explode. Her face was ashen. Ji Qingyuan, fuck you. I must have been blind to like someone like you. You and Lin Qian are a pair of bitches made in heaven. I'll say it right now. If I lay a finger on Lin Qian, I'll be killed by the female ghost. Su Manyu walked up to Ji Qingyuan and slapped him across the face. Who do you think you are? How dare you hit me? I'm paying you back. Su Manyu used a lot of strength. A fingerprint immediately appeared on Ji Qingyuan's face. Ji Qingyuan was in a daze, as if he hadn't recovered from the fact that Su Manyu had hit him. Ning Shu watched from the side. He felt that Su Manyu was really domineering. Ji Qingyuan used Su Manyu's affection for him, but he never reciprocated her feelings. But whenever he encountered a problem, he would order her around. It was as if Su Manyu was his servant because she liked him. Ji Qingyuan couldn't find the female ghost, and he didn't dare to look for it. However, someone had to bear the anger in his heart. Ji Qingyuan didn't care if Su Manyu was wronged or if she felt wronged. He only knew that Lin Qian was in such a miserable state. He was also haunted by the female ghost and was physically and mentally exhausted. He urgently needed to vent his anger. Qian and he were in a sorry state. But other than Zhang Yuyan, who jumped off a building to commit suicide, the other two looked relaxed. This made Ji Qingyuan very uncomfortable. Su Manyu, how dare you hit me? Ji Qingyuan gritted his teeth. His cheeks were trembling. His handsome face was distorted. Su Manyu took a step back. Why wouldn't I dare hit you? Su Manyu looked at Ning Shu and said fiercely, Zhuang Yutong, come with me and beat this heartless bastard up. Ji Qingyuan glanced at Ning Shu. His expression changed. His whole body felt like it was going to fall apart after being pushed by this girl. This girl was very strong. If she hit him, it would hurt a lot. If you dare to hit me, I'll make sure you can't stay in this school, Ji Qingyuan said coldly. Su Manyu sneered. Ji Qingyuan, do you really think this school is owned by your family? Do you think we can't stay here just because you say so? Ji Qingyuan snorted coldly and turned to leave. But the way he walked was a little strange. Seeing Ji Qingyuan leave, Ning Shu was very disappointed. He really wanted to beat him up. After all, Su Manyu was standing in front of him. Wah! Su Manyu wailed. She had been holding her ground in front of Ji Qingyuan, but now she was crying her heart out. Snot and tears were all over her face. Ning Shu didn't sympathize with her at all. He didn't comfort her either. Zhuang Yutong, you're so heartless. You saw me fall out of love and you didn't even comfort me. Su Manyu wiped her snot with a tissue. Ning Shu's expression was full of disdain. You haven't even fallen in love yet. Su Manyu was speechless. Do you think Lin Qian is really that good? Su Manyu asked unwillingly. Ning Shu said, you've already asked this question countless times. In Ji Qingyuan's heart, Lin Qian is 1,000 times better than you. Su Manyu felt like she had been shot in the heart. It hurts. Ning Shu looked at Su Manyu's despondent expression and couldn't help but say, all men in the world are right. There are plenty of men better than Ji Qingyuan. Why don't you find someone you like? Why let Ji Qingyuan ruin you? Su Manyu wiped her snot. Fuck, I must find someone better than Ji Qingyuan. You haven't met enough men yet. When you leave school, you'll realize that there are plenty of men who are more mature and outstanding than Ji Qingyuan. Ning Shu patted Su Manyu's shoulder. Su Manyu looked at Ning Shu from the corner of her eyes and said disdainfully, you sound like you've met a lot of men. I've met a lot of men, but they're all sick. Ning Shu was annoyed that Ji Qingyuan kept coming to their dormitory. He went straight to the dormitory management to complain that the girls in their dormitory had brought their boyfriends to spend the night in the dormitory. Moreover, the boys often came to the dormitory. The dormitory management teacher immediately said that no boys were allowed to enter the dormitory in the future. Ning Shu and Su Manyu's relationship became better and better. She often gave her clothes to Ning Shu to wear, but Ning Shu didn't want them. Besides, Su Manyu was a head taller than her. She couldn't wear Su Manyu's clothes at all. Sometimes, they would share cosmetics and go shopping together. They were developing into best friends. Su Manyu's words were direct and vicious. She bluntly said that Ning Shu's clothes were old-fashioned and that she didn't look good. Anyway, she was very picky. She degraded Ning Shu as if she was worthless. Ning Shu didn't pay any attention to her. If it were someone else with a small heart, they would probably be angered to tears by this girl. Although Su Manyu disliked Ning Shu, when they went out, she still held hands with Ning Shu. Ning Shu thought that she was afraid of ghosts. Ji Qingyuan said that he wanted the Taoist priest to come and get rid of the ghost, but he didn't come for a long time. Moreover, the female ghost didn't appear for a long time. It made Ning Shu feel that the female ghost had disappeared. This kind of peaceful school life made Ning Shu feel that it was too strange. When the female ghost was around, he was on tenterhooks. Now that the female ghost didn't appear, he was still on tenterhooks. Could it be that Ji Qingyuan had made a fool of himself in front of her and Su Manyu last time and decided not to get rid of the ghost first to scare them? Chapter 216. Su Manyu held on to Ning Shu's arm as the two of them walked out of the dormitory. As soon as they walked out of the dormitory, someone blocked their path. Ning Shu and Su Manyu saw this and turned their heads away at the same time. Su Manyu said, "Why is such an ugly person blocking our path?" Ning Shu said, "No." Song Ming, whose face was full of pimples, looked at the arrogant Su Manyu. Ning Shu said, "Zhuang Yutong, I have something to talk to you about. Do we know each other?" Ning Shu raised his fist. "I said that I would beat you up every time I see you." Song Ming's face twitched as if she had thought of something. Ning Shu said, "Are you still angry? I was in the wrong last time. Besides, you punished me." Ning Shu was speechless. What's wrong with this idiot? Su Manyu looked him up and down with an arrogant gaze. She brushed her hair with her hand and said with disdain, "Your figure is not good. Your face is too ugly. You have too many pimples. Your face is too oily. You didn't wash your face when you went out. Your hair is dirty and oily. Your body smells like instant noodles. Your socks are tied to your pants, and your shoes are covered in mud." Su Manyu raised her eyebrows and looked at Ning Shu. She asked, "Is this your man?" "Zhuang Yutong, I really admire your taste. You usually laugh at me." "TSK, TSK, TSK." Ning Shu was speechless. Song Ming's face flashed with all kinds of colors after Su Manyu's words. It was as if a rainbow had shone on her face. She wanted to crawl into a hole and hide. Song Ming hated Ning Shu even more in his heart. He couldn't wait to have sex with Ning Shu right now and then abandon her. Previously, Song Ming was still interested in this girl who came from the corner of the mountain. Song Ming knew that he was not good-looking and was not considered rich. The girls in the university looked down on him, so Song Ming could only lower himself and set his sights on Zhuang Yutong. The other girls were all dressed very fashionably and looked good, but Zhuang Yutong was dressed in gray and looked like an ugly duckling. She had no friends and was all alone. Song Ming felt that such a girl should be easier to pursue and deceive than those vain girls. However, he didn't expect her to be so fierce and always go for his crotch. As soon as Song Ming met Zhuang Yutong's cold eyes, he knew that this girl was not to be trifled with. Song Ming didn't want to have anything to do with Zhuang Yutong anymore. However, Ji Qingyuan had found him and asked him to chase after Zhuang Yutong. If he could make Zhuang Yutang suffer and create a scandal, such as getting pregnant, being expelled from school, or being abandoned by him, Ji Qingyuan would let him directly enter Ji Qingyuan's family company after graduation. He could also pick up women. Now that he had a job after graduation, Song Ming could only bite the bullet. Two pairs of cold eyes looked at him. Song Ming was so nervous that he couldn't even speak. He swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Ning Shu said gently, Zhuang Yutang, I have something to tell you. Let's go to the side and talk. Su Manyu held on to Ning Shu's arm and flicked her nails. She said arrogantly, go to the side and talk. Is there something that I can't listen to? Song Ming's eyes hurt from Su Manyu's arrogant look. He just looked at Ning Shu. Ning Shu looked at Song Ming coldly. Scram. Song Ming's face trembled. In the end, he forced out a smile, making his face even more unsightly. He almost gritted his teeth. Ning Shu said gently, I'll come back tomorrow. Ning Shu raised his eyebrows and watched Song Ming run away as if his butt was on fire. Oh my God, my eyes are going blind. I need to wash my eyes. Su Manyu took out eye drops from her bag. She looked up at Ning Shu with watery eyes. Ning Shu gave her a thumbs up. Zhuang Yutang, your taste really surprised me. I didn't expect you to like this type of man. Ning Shu curled his lips. This man wants to fuck me. He thinks I'm a village kid who doesn't know anything. Su Manyu looked at him with disdain. He doesn't even look at himself. Zhuang Yutang, don't be taken away by a man like this. Otherwise, when I see you in the future, I'll think of you rolling around with him. TSK, I'm disgusted. Ning Shu was speechless. However, for some reason, Song Ming went to the girls' dormitory every day to deliver flowers. Every time, he would look at Ning Shu with affectionate eyes. This made Su Manyu, who was beside Ning Shu, extremely disgusted. Every time Su Manyu saw Song Ming, she would attack Song Ming in all aspects. For example, she would say that the roses were from yesterday and that they could be bought at half price. She would also mock Song Ming for having 10 pairs of socks that cost $10. She would throw them away after wearing them once and never wash them. She would also say that the pimples on Song Ming's face had turned white and that it was time to squeeze them. She would also say that Song Ming was going bald and that his kidneys were too weak. Song Ming basically ran away with his tail between his legs. However, he still came the next day. Some meddlesome people asked Ning Shu to accept Song Ming. Song Ming really liked her. Ning Shu just spat. He didn't know what kind of power was supporting Song Ming to go to the girls' dormitory every day to embarrass himself. He was mocked by Su Manyu every day and even had a basin of water poured by Su Manyu. Needless to say, he was so embarrassed and pitiful. However, Ning Shu and Su Manyu felt that something wasn't right. Ning Shu knew that he wasn't some peerless beauty. For someone to like him so much, it had to be him. With his pitiful 3 points of charm, Ning Shu didn't think that he was loved by everyone. Su Manyu found someone to investigate and found out that it was Ji Qingyuan's idea. She was so angry that she wanted to flip the house open. Ning Shu said angrily, I didn't expect Ji Qingyuan to be such a despicable person. He actually used such a method to take revenge on you. Ning Shu raised his eyebrows. Last time, she had pushed Ji Qingyuan. It seemed that Ji Qingyuan was holding a grudge. This method was actually quite vicious. It ruined someone's reputation and caused her to be abandoned. If she really liked Song Ming, how painful would it be for her to be cheated by Song Ming and then abandoned by him? Ning Shu was speechless. Why didn't he find a handsome guy to chase her? She wasn't blind. It could be said that 99% of girls wouldn't choose Song Ming. Actually, Ji Qingyuan had asked Song Ming to disgust her. Ning Shu admitted that she was disgusted. Seeing Song Ming's serious and affectionate expression, Su Manyu and Ning Shu almost vomited on his face. It was extremely disgusting. Why don't I find someone to beat him up? Don't let him come again. I can't take it anymore. Su Manyu frowned and said impatiently, there's no female ghost, and now there's such a person. I really can't take it anymore. When Zhuang Yutong is with you, there's always something that changes my worldview. You're just too ugly. Why don't you tidy yourself up and attract such a disgusting person? Ning Shu said indifferently, you tidy yourself up well and are beautiful. The person you like isn't someone like Ji Qingyuan. Ahem. Su Manyu coughed. Ji Qingyuan's family is in the business. When doing business, sometimes you only care about the results and not the process. As long as the results are achieved, the means are secondary. Chapter 217. Su Manyu and Ning Shu decided to think of a way to stop Song Ming from bothering them once and for all. Su Manyu said that they should give him a taste of his own medicine and kick him out of school. Ning Shu spun the spirit pearl in his hand. He thought for a moment and said to Su Manyu, what if he sees a ghost? See a ghost? Su Manyu suddenly realized. She took out the cow's tears and said, I'll scare this bastard to death. That night, Ning Shu asked Song Ming to meet him at the female dormitory. Song Ming came excitedly. He thought that Su Manyu had finally been won over by his romantic attacks. Moreover, it was in the middle of the night. He was glowing with excitement. When he arrived at the dormitory, he saw two people standing under the streetlight. When he saw Su Manyu, Song Ming's heart suddenly became timid. Su Manyu's mouth was poisonous, and her family was rich. She pressured him until he couldn't breathe. Song Ming tidied up his clothes and immediately put on a gentle smile. It was as if he had put on a fake mask, but there was a disgusting desire in his eyes. Song Ming walked in front of Ning Shu and immediately reached out to grab Ning Shu's hand. Ning Shu's face was cold as he took a step back. Song Ming cursed in his heart. She was looking for a man in the middle of the night, and now she was pretending to be reserved. Yutong, why are you looking for me so late at night? Song Ming asked gently. Su Manyu immediately said, you've been chasing Yutong for a while now. When Song Ming heard Su Manyu's words, his heart jumped. Su Manyu didn't have anything good to say. I really like Yutong. I think she's the only woman I like in my life. Song Ming looked at Ning Shu and said gently. Su Manyu's face turned green, and she was about to vomit. Ning Shu saw Su Manyu's face and laughed unkindly. He said to Song Ming, tonight, we asked you to play a game with us. Are you interested? Song Ming saw the smile on Ning Shu's face. This country bumpkin looked quite good when he smiled. She rarely smiled, and when she faced him, she was always as cold as ice. When she suddenly smiled like this, it gave people a stunning feeling. Song Ming suddenly felt that it was worth it to chase after this country bumpkin. He decided to abandon her later. Playing a game so late. Song Ming immediately felt her abdomen heat up as hot blood rushed to her face. She felt that the acne on her face was a little itchy. Song Ming controlled herself from scratching her face. The three of us are playing a game. Song Ming looked at the arrogant and beautiful Su Manyu. Although he felt that it was wishful thinking, he could not help but fantasize. Three people, hee. Su Manyu saw the expression on Song Ming's face. The way he looked at her was extremely obscene. Su Manyu wanted to dig his eyes out. She had never seen such a disgusting man. He was a toad who wanted to eat swan meat. He was chasing after Zhuang Yutong, and he actually looked at her with such a gaze. Ning Shu turned his eyes away and did not look at Song Ming's rippling eyes. This kind of man was simply shameless to the extreme. Close your eyes. We are going to play a game. Su Manyu gritted her teeth and laughed coldly at Song Ming. Song Ming looked at Su Manyu's smile and immediately closed his eyes. His heart was so excited that it was pounding. A huge firework of surprise exploded in his mind. Suddenly, something cold was smeared on his eyelids. He wanted to open his eyes, but he heard Su Manyu's voice. "Wait a minute. Don't open your eyes so quickly." Song Ming's heart rippled. He closed his eyes and did not open them. "Okay, open your eyes," Ning Shu said calmly. Song Ming quickly opened his eyes. He felt that his eyes were a little uncomfortable. He closed them again and opened them again. He saw a ferocious-looking ghost walk past him. Song Ming screamed and saw another ghost coming at his neck. It was a female ghost. Song Ming's eyes rolled back and he almost fainted. He let out a high-pitched scream. It was hard to imagine that a boy could make such a high-pitched scream. However, he did not feel any pain when the ghost grabbed his neck. There were ghosts all around him, and some of them were wrapped around his body. "Ghost, there's a ghost!" Song Ming screamed and wanted to hide behind Ning Shu. Ning Shu kicked her away. Su Manyu looked at Song Ming's face that was distorted with fear. She was even in a very good mood and laughed loudly. Song Ming heard Su Manyu laughing. Even Zhuang Yutong had a smile on her face. They were laughing. They were demons. Another ghost pounced at him. Song Ming scrambled and ran away. As he ran, he screamed, "Ghost, there's a ghost!" The whole school was filled with his screams. How shameless! Su Manyu's face was full of disdain. Su Manyu was bold now. When she saw that someone had seen a ghost, she actually had the heart to mock him. Ning Shu also curled his lips. This kind of person has evil intentions. They attract the most ghosts. "Okay, let's go to sleep. The matter is finally resolved." Su Manyu yawned and held Ning Shu's arm. She suddenly said, "I know how to choose my husband in the future." "How to choose?" Ning Shu asked curiously. Su Manyu puffed out her chest and said, "If they want to pursue me, they have to first smear cow tears on their eyes. Let's see if they're afraid of ghosts." Ning Shu was speechless. Normal people would have psychological trauma. Ning Shu looked at Su Manyu. "You're destined to be alone for the rest of your life. If you're even afraid of ghosts, what right do you have to be my man?" Su Manyu said with conviction. Ning Shu was speechless. This logic. What was the connection between being your man and being afraid of ghosts? The next day, Song Ming didn't harass Ning Shu again. When he saw Ning Shu and Su Manyu, he took a detour. It was as if Ning Shu and Su Manyu were evil ghosts. When Su Manyu saw Song Ming, she even smiled very brightly at him. Her smile was like a flower. However, when Song Ming saw Su Manyu's smile, he immediately jumped up in fright. When Song Ming looked at Su Manyu now, he felt that Su Manyu's face was twisted and ferocious. It was as if an evil ghost was smiling at him. Seeing Song Ming like this, Su Manyu smiled even brighter at him. Song Ming ran even faster. Now, Song Ming was like a god. He kept saying that there were ghosts. One moment, he said that there were ghosts in the bathroom. Then, he said that there were ghosts in the bed. He even slept with people at night. It was very annoying. After the cow tears dried up, Song Ming couldn't see ghosts anymore. However, no matter where he went, he felt that there were ghosts in the place. Song Ming couldn't take it anymore and transferred schools. When she heard that Song Ming had left, Su Manyu looked at him with disdain. How long has it been? He hasn't even met a powerful female ghost. He probably scared himself to death before he did anything. Ning Shu drank his soy milk and said to Su Manyu, "Do you think that the female ghost hasn't appeared in such a long time? Could it have been subdued by the Taoist priest that Ji Qingyuan hired?" "I don't know." Su Manyu shook her head. This ghost is so annoying. What's wrong with Ji Qingyuan? He's not telling us anything. Could it be that the female ghost has gone to pester Lin Qianqian? That better be the case. Every injustice has its perpetrator and every debt has its debtor. He should go look for Lin Qianqian, Su Manyu gloated. Chapter 218. Lin Qianqian, whom Su Manyu had been talking about, had returned. On the way back, Ning Shu and Su Manyu bumped into Lin Qianqian lying on a stretcher. Lin Qianqian was being carried into the dorm. Ning Shu frowned. Su Manyu asked Ning Shu, why are they carrying her into the dorm looking like she's about to die? Ning Shu shook his head and looked at Ji Qingyuan's back. He didn't understand what the male and female leads were doing. Ning Shu followed him back to the dorm and saw Lin Qianqian sitting in a wheelchair. Lin Qianqian's face was very thin, very thin. She was wearing a cotton-padded jacket in the middle of summer. It was obvious that the yin energy had entered her body. Ji Qingyuan looked at Lin Qianqian with concern. Lin Qianqian shook her head obediently and said, Qingyuan, I'm fine. Don't worry, the evil ghost will be eliminated soon. Ji Qingyuan held Lin Qianqian's hand. Ning Shu looked at the plaster cast on Lin Qianqian's leg and thought that Ji Qingyuan must be sick in the head. His leg was already injured to this extent, yet he still brought it back to the dormitory. Did Lin Qianqian not want her legs anymore? Zhuang Yutong, let's go find the dorm manager to change rooms. We can't be in the same dorm as this White Lotus. If anything happens, we'll be the unlucky ones. Su Manyu looked at him sarcastically. She grabbed Ning Shu's hand and turned to leave the dorm. Ji Qingyuan's face was pale. He didn't say anything. Instead, it was Lin Qianqian in the wheelchair who spoke. Lin Qianqian's voice was very weak. Su Manyu, Zhuang Yutong, wait a minute. Ning Shu turned to look at Lin Qianqian. He wanted to know what she wanted to say. Have you been harassed by a female ghost recently? Lin Qianqian asked the two of them. Su Manyu was the first to speak. It's been calm. Everything is fine. Su Manyu could tell that Lin Qianqian wasn't doing well at all, so she wanted to provoke her. Lin Qianqian noticed that Ning Shu and Su Manyu's complexions were quite good. Their complexions were rosy, and they seemed to be eating well and sleeping well. Even the country bumpkin Zhuang Yutong had become prettier recently. As expected, Lin Qianqian's heart sank. While she was in the hospital, the female ghost kept harassing her. She didn't know what to do. Although she had the talisman from the Taoist priest to protect her, every now and then, she would be scared to death. Ji Qingyuan wanted to take her home, but Ji Qingyuan's father wouldn't let her in, saying that he was afraid of bringing dirty things back. Lin Qianqian wanted to stay by the Taoist priest's side, but the priest was very arrogant and only lived in the Ji family's villa. However, Ji Qingyuan's father didn't allow her to stay with the Ji family. This made Lin Qianqian feel very hurt. Ji Qingyuan tried to fight for her to stay with him twice before giving up. Lin Qianqian thought that she might as well go back to the dormitory. The female ghost kept pestering her. Lin Qianqian thought that since it was an evil spirit that everyone had attracted, they should all deal with it together. But now that she saw that Su Manyu and Ning Shu were doing so well while she was the only one in such a pitiful state, Lin Qianqian's heart ached. Even her legs hurt. Ji Qingyuan said to Lin Qianqian, Qianqian, let's go back to the hospital. The doctor said that you have to take good care of your legs. Otherwise, you might get into trouble. Lin Qianqian shook her head. I'm fine in the dormitory. Lin Qianqian also felt a little resentful towards Ji Qingyuan, so she wanted to go back to the dormitory in a fit of pique. Ji Qingyuan was helpless. He could only say to Su Manyu, Manyu, I'm sorry about what happened last time. I was too worried and anxious. That's why I did that to you. I hope you can forgive me. Lin Qianqian immediately asked, Qingyuan, what did you do to Su Manyu? Her tone was as if she was catching her in the act. She looked at Su Manyu with an unfriendly gaze. She felt that Su Manyu had seduced her boyfriend while she was in the hospital. During this time, Lin Qianqian had been under a lot of psychological pressure. The doctor had diagnosed that she might be crippled. Lin Qianqian couldn't imagine what it would be like to be crippled. Ji Qingyuan was so handsome. Would he still be with her? Would he still be with a crippled person like her? Even though Ji Qingyuan said that he loved her, Lin Qianqian still felt uneasy. She felt that she was really unlucky. Her life was so gloomy. Now that she heard Ji Qingyuan apologize to Su Manyu, Lin Qianqian felt like her world was about to collapse. What did you guys do? Lin Qianqian asked Ji Qingyuan emotionally as her body trembled. Ji Qingyuan immediately squatted down to comfort Lin Qianqian. There's nothing going on between Su Manyu and me. You should know that there's nothing going on between us. The person I like has always been you. Lin Qianqian continued to ask, then what are you guys talking about? Previously, because of you, I hit Su Manyu, Ji Qingyuan explained. Lin Qianqian finally let out a sigh of relief. A smile even appeared on her face as she said to Su Manyu, Manyu, I apologize on behalf of Qingyuan. Qingyuan cares too much about me. He was too emotional when he saw that something had happened to me. That's why he hit you. Su Manyu was speechless. Su Manyu's face twitched. She didn't know what expression to make. On the other hand, Ning Shu felt that there was something wrong with Lin Qianqian's emotions. In the past, Lin Qianqian was youthful and lively. But now, Lin Qianqian was very sharp. Her entire body was covered in thorns. Even the slightest movement would cause Lin Qianqian's emotions to fluctuate. Now, Lin Qianqian felt inferior. She felt inferior in front of Ji Qingyuan, but she couldn't leave him. She used sharp questions to test Ji Qingyuan's love for her. She didn't know how long Ji Qingyuan could hold back. Ji Qingyuan rubbed his forehead and said to Su Manyu, Manyu, can you help me take care of Qianqian? Don't, please don't. If anything happens again, I'll be slapped again. Ji Qingyuan, you underestimate me too much. I, Su Manyu, can like you, but if I don't like you, you're nothing. You hit me, and now you want to say a few words that don't hurt me, and you want to treat me like your mother? Do I look that cheap? Su Manyu waved her hand. I'm going to change dorms now. I won't even touch Lin Qianqian. If something happens, we'll be blamed. Su Manyu had seen through Ji Qingyuan. Seeing him apologize unwillingly, she knew what he was thinking. He had secretly found someone to take revenge on Zhuang Yutong. No one liked despicable and shameless people. Ji Qingyuan was despicable and shameless. Ji Qingyuan took a deep breath and said to Lin Qianqian, Qianqian, let's go back to the hospital. Lin Qianqian said in a fit of pique, I don't want to go back. What's the point of going back? I'll still be haunted by ghosts. I might as well stay in the dorm. But what about your leg? Ji Qingyuan comforted her softly. Qianqian, listen to me. This time, I'll get the priest to give you something to protect yourself. It'll be fine. Lin Qianqian shook her head. I'm not going back to the hospital. Ning Shu could tell that the female ghost had been haunting Lin Qianqian. The plot had taken a turn. Now that Ning Shu had the spirit pearl in his hands, it was a deterrent to the female ghost. Therefore, it had been haunting Lin Qianqian, whose leg was injured. Chapter 219. Ji Qingyuan tried his best to persuade Lin Qianqian to go back to the hospital. He was afraid that Lin Qianqian would regret it for the rest of her life if her leg couldn't be treated in the dormitory. However, Lin Qianqian was being haunted by the ghost and was on the verge of breaking down. She didn't want to stay in the hospital alone. Her emotions had been tense the whole time. The injury on her leg, Ji Qingyuan's feelings, and all kinds of things were weighing on her. Lin Qianqian couldn't take it anymore. She even had a secret thought. Why did this woman keep pestering her? Why did she keep pestering her? Why didn't she pester the other two people in the dormitory? Everyone was afraid together. Why haven't you gotten rid of the ghost? Didn't you go to the Taoist priest? Ning Shu asked. His girlfriend had been tortured to such a state. Why hadn't they gotten rid of the ghost? Ji Qingyuan originally didn't want to talk to Ning Shu, but he remembered that his girlfriend still needed them to take care of her, so he said, the Taoist priest said that we need to get rid of the ghost when the yang energy is at its strongest. That's when the ghost is weaker. Ning Shu was speechless. Didn't they know that the ghost could devour other souls? Could it strengthen their own souls? The longer they delayed, the more the ghost would slowly recover, and more people would die. Did it have to be like in the plot? After Shi and Su Manyu died, Lin Qianqian was the only one left. Ning Shu was very cautious. This was the plot. It seemed that Shi and Su Manyu had to be careful. She didn't want to die like in the plot. She just wanted to help Zhuang Yutong get through this period. If she died, the mission would fail. Ji Qingyuan looked at Ning Shu and said sincerely, please take care of Qianqian. I'm a guy. It's not good for me to go to the girls' dormitory. Ji Qingyuan's eyes were very good-looking. They were deep with a little starlight. When he looked at someone, it was as if you were the whole world. It made people's hearts pound. Ning Shu's mind was thinking about how this brat had secretly asked that disgusting man, Song Ming, to cheat on her feelings. Ning Shu didn't like this guy at all. She said directly, I want to change dormitory with Manyu. Ji Qingyuan's face twitched. He felt humiliated. He had already lowered his voice, but Lin Qianqian still rejected him. Su Manyu pulled Ning Shu and left. She found the dormitory management teacher to change their dormitory. In the end, they were changed to the dormitory next door. Ning Shu thought about it and said, why don't we not change dorms? We are the ones who are haunted by ghosts. What if the female ghost haunts other people in the dorm? That shouldn't be the case. She's the one who pestered the 4 people in our dormitory. She probably won't kill the girls in the other dormitory. Ning Shu shook his head. Who could say for sure? This female ghost was obviously an evil spirit that devoured souls. What principles could she have? Ning Shu was here to counterattack, but he couldn't implicate the innocent. Everyone's life was precious, and it was shameful and vicious to take someone's life for no reason. In the end, Su Manyu said, I'll take responsibility for my own actions. Let's just go back. In the end, Ning Shu and Su Manyu went back. When Lin Qianqian saw Ning Shu and Su Manyu, surprise flashed across her face. She was surprised that the 2 of them had returned. Ji Qingyuan paid a high price to hire 2 caregivers to take care of Lin Qianqian in the dormitory, but the 2 caregivers didn't even want to be paid the next day. Scary things always happened at night. Although Lin Qianqian returned to the dormitory, the female ghost followed her like a shadow. Because Ning Shu was in the dormitory, the female ghost didn't dare to enter the room. She only roared at Lin Qianqian from the window. The 2 caregivers were scared to death. The next day, they packed their things and left. Ning Shu held the spirit orb in his hand. Su Manyu seemed to have gotten used to this situation. She was still able to fall asleep. Lin Qianqian basically didn't sleep the whole night. When she saw Su Manyu wake up and stretch her back, looking much better, Lin Qianqian felt as if something was raking her heart. It was very painful. She couldn't even remember the last time she slept soundly. Her legs hurt so much that every second felt unbearable. Lin Qianqian looked at Su Manyu and Ning Shu with an unfriendly gaze. Ever since Su Manyu pushed her down the stairs, Lin Qianqian felt as if her life had completely changed. It was as if she had fallen into hell. Why did Lin Qianqian and the angry evil spirit only follow her? Why were they so tolerant of Zhuang Yutong and Su Manyu? Lin Qianqian hated this evil spirit. She was also jealous of the two people who were living leisurely. She was struggling in hell while they were enjoying themselves. Su Manyu, why did you push me down the stairs? If you hadn't, I wouldn't be in such a sorry state right now, Lin Qianqian suddenly said. Lin Qianqian's voice was hoarse and full of resentment. Ning Shu was stunned at first. He looked into Lin Qianqian's deep eyes. Lin Qianqian's eyes had been lively before. Her eyebrows were full of spirit, but now she was very deep. Lin Qianqian, are you looking for trouble this early in the morning? I already said that I didn't push you. You were the one who fell down the stairs, Su Manyu said coldly. Su Manyu said coldly, I'll pay you the medical fees, but just because I'm giving you money doesn't mean that I'm the one who did it. I'm just pitying you. Instead of blaming me, why don't you blame yourself for suggesting the pen spirit game? If it weren't for the pen spirit game, how could this have happened? This is all your own fault. Don't push all the blame onto me. I, Su Manyu, won't buy it. Su Manyu's expression was cold. She wasn't polite to Lin Qianqian. Don't forget how Zhang Yuyan died. She was killed by a ghost. You indirectly caused her death. What right do you have to blame me? Lin Qianqian's face turned even paler. What evidence do you have to prove that Zhang Yuyan was killed by a ghost? Zhang Yuyan had suicidal tendencies. She was already under the influence of the unspoken rules. You and Ji Qingyuan are a pair of bitches. You always like to push the blame onto others, Su Manyu said coldly. Lin Qianqian, don't think that I won't do anything to you just because you're disabled. If anything happens to you, I'll still be fine. Don't mess with me. Don't think that I won't do anything to you just because you have Ji Qingyuan to back you up. Ji Qingyuan's family is rich, and so is mine. Su Manyu really looked like a spoiled brat. Ning Shu watched as Su Manyu made Lin Qianqian tremble in anger. What a vicious female supporting character. I don't want your money. I don't want your stinky money. Lin Qianqian gripped the wheelchair handle so hard that her knuckles turned white. Su Manyu shrugged nonchalantly. Forget it if you don't want it. My family's money doesn't grow on trees. I'd rather give it to Zhuang Yutong than give it to you. I'd rather buy some clothes for her. Ning Shu thought, you guys can talk. Why are you dragging me into this? She was just a bystander. Lin Qianqian glanced at Ning Shu and said sarcastically, you're just a bootlicker. Ning Shu was speechless. You're injured like this and you still care about whether I'm a bootlicker or not. You really have nothing better to do, Ning Shu said calmly. It was exciting to go against the female lead like this. Chapter 220. When Su Manyu and Lin Qianqian started arguing, Ji Qingyuan came over. Ji Qingyuan saw that Lin Qianqian's expression was extremely bad and then saw the aggressive Su Manyu and Ning Shu. He knew his girlfriend had been wronged. Ji Qingyuan wanted Lin Qianqian to move out. Why bother staying in the dorm? But Lin Qianqian was determined to stay. She was very stubborn. Ji Qingyuan couldn't figure out why she was staying. It was meaningless. Lin Qianqian said to Ji Qingyuan, if I want to leave, I want to go to your house and stay with the priest. Ji Qingyuan's face immediately showed signs of hesitation. Seeing Ji Qingyuan like this, Lin Qianqian's expression darkened. She laughed at herself and said, I knew it would be like this. Ji Qingyuan, don't you love Lin Qianqian a lot? What's wrong with bringing her to your house to stay? Su Manyu added fuel to the fire. Hearing Su Manyu's words, Lin Qianqian's expression darkened even more. She looked gloomy. In addition, Lin Qianqian had lost a lot of weight recently. Even her cheekbones were showing. She no longer looked as lively and sweet as before. Su Manyu, would it kill you to stop talking? Ji Qingyuan couldn't help but scold Su Manyu in a low voice. Ning Shu said, let's go eat. Su Manyu pursed her lips and followed Ning Shu. Ning Shu asked, do you still have feelings for Ji Qingyuan? Why are you trying to drive a wedge between them? Don't get involved. Pfft, I don't like Ji Qingyuan anymore. Let him and Lin Qianqian love and hate each other. Seeing them hurt each other makes me happy, Su Manyu said darkly. Ning Shu was speechless. She was indeed a vicious female supporting character who couldn't stand seeing the male and female lead happy. After Ning Shu and Su Manyu finished eating, they returned to the dorm. Lin Qianqian was still there, but Ji Qingyuan had already left. Lin Qianqian's eyes were red. She had obviously cried. When she saw Ning Shu and Su Manyu enter, she quickly wiped her tears. Su Manyu scoffed and ignored Lin Qianqian. Ning Shu felt that the soul pearl was really a good thing. She and Su Manyu, who were supposed to die, were still alive. Because she and Su Manyu didn't die, there was almost no development in the plot. The normal development was that Zhang Yuyan died, Su Manyu became a vegetable, and Zhuang Yutong fell into the artificial lake. Then, the Taoist priest destroyed the female ghost. However, the female ghost kept pestering the female lead, causing bad luck to befall the female lead. The female lead in the story basically didn't suffer much, but because of the soul orb, the development of the story deviated a little and the female lead had to bear more of the suffering. Ning Shu didn't feel anything. The 3 people in the plot had all died. 3 fresh lives had been snuffed out in an instant. But at least Lin Qianqian was still alive. She could feel pain and breathe. There was a spread of breakfast on the table in front of Lin Qianqian, but she hadn't touched it. Ning Shu had no idea why Lin Qianqian was suffering. After all, nothing was more important than eating and resting well. Especially now that the Yin energy had entered Lin Qianqian's body, her resistance was even weaker. If she still didn't eat, she'd be tired of living. Lin Qianqian glanced at Ning Shu and hesitated for a moment before asking, Zhuang Yutong, can you give me some of the medicine you and Su Manyu drank? Ning Shu looked at Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian nervously tightened her coat. She bit her blue lips and asked, you don't have any? Ning Shu nodded and said, yes, I'll make some for you. Su Manyu pouted and didn't say anything. Ning Shu handed the medicine to Lin Qianqian, who slowly drank it. Ji Qingyuan didn't want his girlfriend to suffer. He went home and begged the Taoist priest again and again. Finally, the Taoist priest destroyed the female ghost. Ji Qingyuan was very dissatisfied with this ox-nosed old Taoist. If he wanted to exterminate a ghost, then exterminate a ghost. Why did he have to be so arrogant? The Ji family treated him with good food and drink, treating him as an honored guest. However, this Taoist priest was very arrogant, which made Ji Qingyuan very dissatisfied. But now that he had a favor to ask, Ji Qingyuan could only suppress his dissatisfaction. The dormitory was quiet for a few days. The female ghost didn't come out and didn't bother Lin Qianqian anymore. Lin Qianqian slept well for a few days, and her complexion looked better. But Ning Shu was still scared. He was sweating when he held the spirit orb. This feeling was like the calm before the storm. It was dark and windy outside the dormitory. There wasn't a trace of wind, and the surroundings were especially quiet. It was so quiet that it was almost dead. Ning Shu felt even more scared. He nudged Su Manyu, who was fast asleep, and said, "Stop sleeping." "What's wrong?" Su Manyu's voice was nasal and sleepy. "It's so late. Shouldn't you be sleeping?" Ning Shu whispered, "I don't feel good." "Stop sleeping." "Okay." Su Manyu yawned. Ning Shu felt that his surroundings were getting darker and darker. Gradually, the whole world seemed to be immersed in thick black ink. Ning Shu reached out his hand, but he couldn't see his fingers. He looked out the window, but there was no light at all. Ning Shu clutched the spirit orb tightly. He felt like he couldn't breathe in the darkness. Su Manyu said with difficulty, Yutong, I feel like I can't breathe. Me too. What's going on? Ning Shu felt that the female ghost had come in, and there was no sign of life at all. Was she trying to suffocate them to death in this room? Gah! There was movement on Lin Qianqian's bed. It was especially obvious in the dead silence of the room. Then, he heard heavy footsteps. Lin Qianqian got up. With the condition of Lin Qianqian's legs, she couldn't stand up at all. Plus, he didn't hear Lin Qianqian's pained cries. Fuck, she's possessed Lin Qianqian's body again. This female ghost must be addicted to Lin Qianqian's body. She's always on Lin Qianqian. Ning Shu felt for the flashlight at the head of the bed. He turned it on and pointed it at the door. He saw Lin Qianqian walking out of the room. Ning Shu quickly nudged Su Manyu and shouted, Lin Qianqian is possessed. Ning Shu quickly jumped off the bed and chased after Lin Qianqian. Su Manyu quickly shouted, Zhuang Yutong, wait for me. I can't see. Su Manyu quickly climbed down from the bed. Ning Shu chased after her. Ning Shu ran very fast. He only caught up when they were out of the door. Lin Qianqian turned her head and looked at Ning Shu coldly. She unlocked the door and walked out with a squeak. Ning Shu ran over and grabbed Lin Qianqian. Lin Qianqian threw Ning Shu off with all her strength. Ning Shu was thrown over. He quickly used his qi to stabilize his body. His expression changed slightly. He felt that this female ghost had become more powerful. Zhuang Yutong, Yutong. Su Manyu caught up. She stood beside Ning Shu, panting. She looked at Lin Qianqian, who was covered in black aura. Su Manyu shivered at the vicious look in her eyes. She looked away. If you continue to follow me, you'll die. Lin Qianqian's voice was hoarse and sharp. It sounded like nails scratching on a blackboard. It was unpleasant to the ear. You're tuning into the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.